welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. And I am Jack Talcott here on this beautiful, glorious Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Started the live just a couple minutes early, but sometimes I wonder, am I waiting for just time? You ever find yourself doing that? Waiting for time? Waiting for a schedule that was assumed or chosen, or just waiting for the timing of others. Life and time. Time isn't the topic today. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, all of you who have already popped in, Dominic, I haven't checked the video out. You shared something there. Blessings. Thank you. Grant's Modern Life. Rose, just your light, who you are, just brings a smile. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, yes, there we go, man. There's the light and what we are. Today, brothers and sisters, I am feeling inspired. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Yeah, I'll drop it now. The topic and what I'm hoping to share today is fellowship, right? I started my morning with I made it to one of the local churches, and just so blessed to have such an inspiring young minister. This kid's got to be, I don't know how old he is. He's in his 30s or something, young man. He's just so inspiring. Anyway, I received my inspiration this morning. A beautiful conversation with my mother. We talked about some different ideas and different things for the future. So I want to continue this glorious and beautiful day with fellowship, friendly conversations regarding the topic of finding what is whole, what is holy, and what is complete. Are those hard to find? Are they just words, empty words, or is there meaning of those things? I kind of want to get into those ideas. And here, we'll get to the thumbnail as well. Part of the inspiration for my day, it's this creativity, right? Be giving, forgiving, compassionate, and loving, right? That is where how beauty is felt, how beauty is revealed through us. It's by our giving. It's by our forgiving, by our ability to forgive, our ability to be compassionate, our ability to be loving. And where is this? And something I've learned for myself, and I want to encourage everyone to try and consider for yourself, right? Life is special. This is your chance to live today. Today is your chance to live as you, for you, with you. But it's not so much for you, it's for the world. That's why we live. We live for the world, for the greater picture, for the greatest good. I believe that's the intention anyway. So my observation for today is notice, right? It's through our awareness and our focus. That's where life is really happening. So notice, nurture, and grow what you are sharing with the world, right? Each day you are sharing with the world something. What is it? Do you know? Or are you just going through the motions and looking for what the world can give to you? That's what we've been taught with this selfish-based, greed, fear-based economy, and the world is nuts. So brothers and sisters, each moment of each day, brings an opportunity to bring love to life through you. Through you. Each moment of each day brings an opportunity through you to bring love into life and to give love life and to show love life. To show love's life, it is through our deeds, through our actions. It's the fruit of who we are and what we offer to each other. So here's another, we got our first guest, and another bright light appears he's traveling again, but welcome, Jesse. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, Jack?
I'm feeling blessed, feeling quite blessed. Wanting to share the ideas of blessings, right? The ideas of appreciation and gratitude. I was having thoughts on my way to church this morning, right? About my hope, what it is I hope to be and to share. As a disciple of Christ, right? Well, what were the apostles sharing? They were sharing the gospel. What is the gospel but good news? And wouldn't it be good news? Wouldn't it be good news to learn that, you know, maybe things are improving? Would it be? I have a feeling that all the signs are here, right? I don't know. I don't understand why we still have so much confusion and so much resistance to the idea that it's time for our world to change, to embrace peace, to embrace love, to actually walk the walk, right? That love offers. The ideas from church, the notes I wrote down. I didn't pull up the scripture, but throughout the religions, all of the philosophies are I know there's variations and I know there's exceptions, but the main philosophies of these religions is to teach us love, to teach us peace, right? Acceptance and allowance is the way of the Zen, the Buddhic philosophy of flow. It's through acceptance and allowance, receiving that which is shown. And I think the next step, if you can accept, stop resisting what life has shown you, whoever you might be, no one in particular, but for those of us who are carrying these memories of trauma and fear, and we're feeling anxious or depressed, it's time for us to take a look at those things to better understand what it is. Why are we feeling these ways? Because I believe there is a call for all of us. There's a call within us to become holy. So that's kind of the reason I chose this topic today. Becoming holy, becoming whole, becoming complete might be easier than most people think. Because I trust we are. Go ahead, Jesse. Feel free.
Do you think that the fashion trend with them cutting holes all in their clothes is for them to become a little bit more holy since they're losing that holiness?
Well, most people with our costumes, our clothing, all we are is peacocking, trying to be pretty to capture the attention of others. It's humans are fascinating, but the holy clothes, I don't know, man. I don't even know if is that coming into style again in some ways.
Well, you see that all around. I don't know, in and out. Some people wear, I don't know about what style, but when you were talking about the religion, and the religion obviously is, about, creating a closer connection to creation, God, our Father, however you want to label it. But I think a lot of what religion is, and I don't know if it's because it's been hijacked or that was just kind of the way religion was meant to be, but it's almost like, it teaches people to be subservient, to be obedient, opposed to, free to have, any kind of connection, as long as you're not doing any loss or harm, then, you should be able to freely experience this life. And I think religion kind of puts people in a box, and I think it's because they put God in a box, and I think that that's limiting the beauty, the power, the magnificentness of what God truly is.
Absolutely. Our religions, well, many things of this world have been corrupted, but if you can look at life as a game, right? And I know it isn't. Life is serious. Survival is, well, it's dead serious. But if you look at life as a game, kind of a treasure hunting experience, we're not here to collect the material treasures of the world. We're here to collect the spiritual treasures. And those spiritual treasures are the greater awareness, the greater knowing of what it means like to be afraid, to be in pain, to not have the answers. It sounds it sounds contradictory, but I can see the value in everything that God has allowed to happen, from the past to the idiocy of today, where we got Joe Biden is actually apparently he's actually the president of America. And that is nuts.
Well, he's not, though, and if everybody that knows anything knows that he's just the public disgrace that they wanted to put up there and say, look, we can even put a geriatric, corrupt nutcase, and you'll all still follow and be subservient to this like idiocracy, right? So
And
there's people that obviously pull his strings, and as crazy as it may sound, China pulls his strings. China pulls Canada's strings. So China's got a lot more power than most people, especially Americans, will want to admit to having.
absolutely, because China, from my perspective, what China did is they used the totalitarian power and the communist power to join the capitalist world. Seems to me under their imperialism, and it gets, with the battles with the British and all of that past stuff, I can understand why. But what has happened is China has joined the capitalist game, and they're playing the same strategies of um, economic overthrows. They're doing the same strategies that the United States has done and has been doing. What is happening in this world is criminal, because we're allowing ourselves as adults to play in real life monopoly games and war games of strategy and risk, where we're imagining and creating enemies all around us. Don't fall into those games, brothers and sisters. Don't believe that everyone's an enemy. Don't believe that the darkness is going to win. Don't believe that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Believe in the power of love. Believe in the power of truth, because truth, literally, in my view, truth is the only thing that matters. Truth is more important than my life itself. And so, if you can humble yourself to that principle, that idea, then if you've got questions, you'll do what it takes to get the answers. And if you've and if you're and if you've got principles and you're willing to be right, regardless of the consequences, I honestly think that's what we're here for. We're here to stand on what is true. Go ahead, Jesse, please. I'm taking us
So
far,
no,
far
no,
off.
you're great. And so apparently, where things went astray for North America was in the 70s. Obviously, after Kennedy died, and the CIA being corrupted, but with China, taking kind of control of things, was Kissinger went into made deals with China in the 70s. They went and then they like napalmed Vietnam. They did the killing fields in Cambodia. So they really targeted, after they got full control of the military, the really dark side. Then they decided to really fuck up Asia and then put their tentacles in there. And then that's where they pulled out all the manufacturing and started moving it over into China, because there they can corruption is welcomed, right? Like there's nothing to oppose that corruption. So that was the economic hitman, was to take all the prosperity away from America and put it over to China, and then lend all the money back to America, so that way America is now indebted to China.
Yeah, and it's the entire system works because, well, people have been brainwashed. We've been collectively brainwashed into believing that selfishness is okay. And this is kind of what the sermon from church today was. What it was about. It was about being wise with the blessings we've received and avoiding debt. The idea actually is our lack of contentment, our envy, is often what leads us into borrowing more than we're worth. And so there's a lot of people who, especially in America, there's a lot of people who are holding and have assumed an awful lot of financial debt. Well, these debts, based on our words and our commitments, that turns us into slaves. So the way to avoid it is to watch your desires and increase your contentment. Because if we can be content with this moment, with all that we each have received, when we're at a place of contentment, we're not afraid. We're more willing to be authentic. We're more willing to share, maybe even invest. When we're content, well, I was going to say we're more comfortable taking risks, but I think actually when people find a contentment, they avoid the risk. I don't know. I think with the topic where I'm going with these ideas today of finding your wholeness, your completeness, if you can find contentment within yourself for all that the world has offered for you up until now, from a place of contentment, the next step is easy. It's easy to find appreciation. And with appreciation, you can find gratitude. The gratitude feels good. And then it's really easy to share praise. It's really easy to share all things. And so what we are here, I mean, these inspirations I'm receiving today, it comes from the words in the Bible. And I'm not an expert on the Bible, but I am an expert in me, and what feels right to me is that we are here to serve the poor. We're here to save the lost, and we're here to strengthen the believers. So who believes in you? Who do you know who is lost? Who do you know who is poor? Sometimes it's us ourselves, and we need to serve ourselves, save ourselves. We need to strengthen our own beliefs. I don't know.
Hey, Jack, thank you
Yes,
for having
brother.
me. What's
Yes,
your
welcome.
definition of poor? Thank you.
Poor, that's a great question.
What does poor mean to you? Like, we're defining these things. Like, you're saying poor. We have to help people there, but what does poor mean to you, though?
Spiritually deficient.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it has nothing to do with money, right?
It can. It can. The two often go together. If someone's economically poor, well, their emotions, their spirits are very, very often poor. But I love what Jesse said. It's the poverty is in really they're spiritual. If people lack hope, if people lack faith, well, that might be more the lost rather than the poor.
I know some people, like, it depends on which way people look at that, So I know people that
Yeah,
are, quote, poor, but, there's some things that money cannot buy, and it's way beyond, money. Like, the real stuff in life is you can't fucking buy it. Money's easy to make. So, like you get, it's very easy to, money's infinite. You can, whatever, play along with that. But,
it is.
there's some things in life you can't buy. And no
Amen.
matter how rich you are materialistically or whatever like that, you can't buy it. So it goes beyond that, it transcends that. So what about being wealthy? What does being wealthy mean to you?
It's an abundance, and that could be in anything. I do feel myself pretty wealthy with my faith. I feel I am grateful with everything. What about you, Jesse? What is wealth for you? What does wealthy mean to you?
I think you said it right with abundance because you can have abundance in your faith, you can have abundance in material possessions, you can have abundance in all kind of things. So if you're wealthy, and ultimately if you're spiritually wealthy, it's the most important. But wealth can mean a bunch of different things.
Absolutely. Well, and then the next question is, what do we do with our wealth? What do we do with our poverty? Actually, I'm going to swing back to what Nicole offered here too, with the topic of wealth. There are many spiritual treasures that lie within the temple of one's own body. That is the absolute truth. And this is what I've been reminded by others, and I'm learning this for my own firsthand experience. The joys that come from the discovery, from time, even if it's just mental, in prayer, meditation, time with God. Yeah, that's the joy. Welcome, Hank. How you doing, brother?
Hi, Hank.
I'm doing excellent.
And hi, Cage. Is there any way you could just turn Cage's mic up just a tiny bit? He's a little bit quiet for me, so I have to really hone in. If you could do that, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get him. Thank you.
How's my audio?
Your audio is good. I can comprehend you. Great.
Excellent.
Mic test. You're good.
Here, turned you up a bit more. Try one more.
Mic check.
Yeah, I think that's better. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Jesse.
Jack, have you thought about just taking student loans and going to seminary?
Say that again, please.
Have you thought about taking student loans and going to seminary?
Go to seminary college. I did.
Yeah.
I did consider. Actually, I looked into some.
Father Jack, the pastor over here. Okay.
I looked into
It's a new
some.
bit, I guess. So.
some programs for theology. And I also looked at, well, just simply entering into a monastic life. And those things may still happen, but my path, I think, is different, right? I did spend a lot of time meditating and praying on what do I do? Should I go to the desert? Should I go to the mountain? Should I go to a temple? Should I sell everything and become a wanderer? Well, I never got a solid yes on any of those.
Want to shave our heads and go to Thailand and become monks, Talcott?
I could do that. That might be an amazing experience, dude.
How monk?
We'll go monk mode and shit. All of a sudden, Talcott will come back out of nowhere, start doing backflips on camera and shit. It'll be crazy. Jack Talcott, think about right now. If he stood up right now and did a backflip on camera, landed it perfectly, you think anybody would ever tell you another word ever again?
Yes.
They can't fucking talk to you anymore.
No.
Yes. I would.
You're telling Talcott stood up right now and did a backflip. What the fuck are you gonna say after?
Hold on just a moment. I think, Jesse, were you going to say something, brother? You remember?
Yeah, so I just thought a little more about, what is the thing I guess. Like, I've gone through a lot of money in my life. People make a lot of money. I've lived in, like, houses with indoor swimming pools on lakes and all kinds of stuff, but I got really turned off of money because a lot of people that I helped make money without contracts fucked me over. Other people have fucked me over money. So money's really turned me off. And I know obviously we need to have it to be able to provide to provide things. But when I, kind of got turned off of money, I've never actually felt more wealthy in my life. When money is not anything, and that's where I found out the true wealth comes from inside, not any financial scorecard that anybody can show you.
That's 100% truth, Jesse. I appreciate that. And
yeah, that's
what the
true.
man is saying,
but I can't pay the bills with feelings. Unfortunately, no one likes me that much.
Let me say something quickly. I haven't really said much, and so pretty much, please. So what I found with money, yeah, people are kind of like bottom feeder leechers type of like, they see fucking money. It's almost like pussy or something. They put it on a pedestal. They all freak out about it. So, ooh, money. It's not that big of a fucking deal because you have to go beyond the money. That's just like another way of mind control. So, for example, I had a friend growing up, right? I was doing all right. I'm like, okay, I'll lend you whatever money you'd like. And, to get your tools and get your business started, drywalling company, taping company, tapers and that, right?
What is the point?
So I'm saying I lent the guy the money and it took me like years to get it back. Like I had to literally go knock on the fucking door in order to get it back. And, I went and found out, and I didn't want any interest or any of that. I just wanted what I had back. Like you have success after, you got the tools given to you. Why can't you just pay me back the initial? But Buddy was like a little scam artist, you know what I mean? So all of a sudden I'm hearing from his cousin that he's, he lent the same amount of money, but now he wants double back for his own family, his own cousin. People are just fucking disgusting. Yeah, if you want to call it like that when it comes to money or women, usually when it comes to this shit. Yeah, they move like fucking idiots, you know what I mean? It's like you have to go and literally knock on their fucking door to take it back, or not. They're never gonna fucking just be okay. We can take it from you unless you go and knock on the fucking door. Yeah.
Okay.
It's unfortunate. But why are people like that, Jack?
Because they have been brainwashed and conditioned. So I'm not sure what the point of your story was. I mean, yet there's many
Point is,
many examples. There you are interrupting me again, but go ahead, Kate.
Okay, the point of it is that the people online are not your fucking friends, and when it comes down to money or something like,
Cage,
it's like little rats.
Cage, what is your point?
They're gonna fucking.
Why are you talking?
He was trying to tell you the point, Jack.
I'm trying to. So these people are not your fucking friends, and most of the time, when the truth really comes, it's going to be in a combative way where you're not going to like to hear what you hear. And the point of the story is this, okay? Like, you try to help people out, which is fine. I'm going to continue to do it either way, even if. But look how they treat their own fucking families and all that. You know, they're opportunists. And
What is your point? Who are you talking about? No one up here. You're just looping along in your mind.
I'm not talking about anybody on here, man. I'm
I
talking in
know.
generality.
You're just talking. You're not really, you're just taking over the conversation without actually any relevance or point to what you're talking about.
Point is, you give
And you
people the tools,
interrupted
you
me
give them
to do
everything,
it.
and then this kind of shit happens, you know, until you get that knock on the door.
So, Cage, no matter how important your point was that you wanted Jack to comprehend, once you start off with interrupting him, it's hard for people to ingest what you're trying to say after already being kind of like rudely interrupted.
Thank you.
I apologize for my poor communication skills. You know, I'm working on it.
So again, what I was trying to find, you brought up this narrative over experiences you've had and what you believe other people are doing, placing money on a priority. But the topic, does it have anything to do with the topic? Does it have anything to do with what we're doing? Or are you just remembering things inspired by the conversation? I'm sorry. We can, you know.
It's all right, Joe. Let's get back.
Take 3 deep
Let's get
breaths.
back to
Take
your
3 deep
narrative.
breaths. We're all good. We're all brothers.
Yeah, I know. Pretend like everything is just hunky dory, and while nobody actually learns their lesson.
We can do something. We can do something today. We can learn it right now.
Nobody ever says, "Hey, I'm sorry, Jack. I really didn't mean to," or "No, I didn't see what I was doing."
Jack, I'm not trying to impose or have any disrespect to you, bro. I come on here not to.
I know.
You know, I'm here to actually try building. You know,
I realize that.
Like I'm on. You know, there's good people out here that, you know, and not everybody's out to get you and all that. Remember that, bro. There's good people out here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But again, I don't even like using good or bad or these little words, and it goes beyond that. You already know what the fuck time it is right now. You know? Go look.
Jack, what could make you feel that you had more abundance in your life?
If I wasn't entirely alone. I mean,
You're not
I have.
alone, man. You're not alone, bro.
Hey, Cage. Do you not understand how I am alone?
You understand? You don't understand how you're not
Because
alone.
I was answering the question from my perspective and my experience, and immediately you want to tell me I'm wrong, Cage. Matter of fact, you interrupted me to tell me I'm wrong.
So would you rather say, "Oh, Jack, poor you, you're alone," or should I tell you the truth? You're not alone. Look at the title.
Well, Cage, what I was trying to say is I feel absolutely abundant. I really do.
You just want to be lied to, buddy.
So sick of you.
Yeah, just let me know when it's my turn. I'm just reduce everything I want to say into the sound bites anyways.
Feel free, Hank.
Okay, it's my turn right now.
Sure.
Look in the mirror. Add that to the sound bite. Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I look in the mirror and I see a monster. So if you're a neat thug, I will come out and give you a reality check.
That's an unfortunate reflection to see.
I disagree.
Well, it depends on what. Yeah, I disagree for what? To play the game?
What other option do I have?
Well, Hank,
You
what
have
are you
plenty
doing
of
here?
options,
What are
man.
you, Hank? Since Cage doesn't really answer me, Hank, what are you and Cage doing here right now? What is your intention? Tell you what, don't speak for Cage. What is Hank's intention?
my intention was to give you the link to the latest Sunny Hill worship sermon, and you probably like it.
Okay.
My intention is to do the best I can every day, no matter what circumstances arise. I'm going to
How do you
continue
think you're
being
doing?
myself.
How do you think you're doing, Cage?
Not good enough. I could do better.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was trying to answer Jesse's question, and then I was interrupted, and Hank pointed out he's been patiently waiting. So, brothers and sisters, what I am offering is what I have found to be inner peace. Okay, for whatever reason, it seems there's a lot of people who want to show me that I'm not peaceful, that yes, I still have frustrations and angers within me. People seem to want to trigger me and want to poke or kick a guy when the circumstances are not that great. But what I'm suggesting to you guys is the path for peace, inner peace, for divine joy that is available in this moment.
And Jack, I actually really believe that you found that. And martial arts and a bunch of different teachings, there's a bunch of different ways to find the same path. And I could tell
Right.
that you've actually found it.
Okay, so thank you. Rather than sending me somewhere else, what do you think we can do to help me share this path with others?
Well, I sent you a place to attend, but you
That's not
never showed
answering
up.
my question. That's remembering what your intentions for me were. You're not answering my question, though.
It's bringing it into physicality. You have the thought and you have the emotion, Jack, but you need the action. So that's why I was recommending the martial art thing. I gave you a fucking direct link to it. You called them apparently, but you never showed up, bro. There's a free lesson, everything.
Hey, Cage, again.
Yeah.
You are offering me, you know what? You're not trying to understand me. You're consistently trying to. And there you go, trying to argue. Congratulations, Hank. You might be the winner today.
I'm the winner most of the time. I am highly underestimated.
Yeah. Well, that's what people have been doing with me as well. And that's something that I'm encouraging people, Cage, anyone who's tuning in, please don't underestimate me. Okay? I can explain the things I say. If you disagree with my conclusions, ask yourself what benefit is there in that? Right? When I'm offering the conclusions, the belief that me and all others interested in joining, we are a part of bringing the new world forward. And I think the new world starts, the new world will be a closer step towards completion. And the completion is the unification, where humanity becomes one whole part of, one conscious part of what is happening. In this world we're living in right now, most people are living subconsciously. And people are living subconsciously because, there's many factors involved, but much of it is a spiritual path. When people live with disbelief, when we live with doubts, when the assumption is everyone is a liar, everyone is wrong, no one knows what they're talking about, you should probably look within. Tell you what, Hank, I know you and Cage and others are here to share support. The topic, finding whole, holy, or complete, do you think those things are possible?
Well, you know what? Look at this language, right? We're going to go back when I hear stuff like that, right? Holy, to be holy, and just that alone, like to be holy, right? There's a hole in it. It means it's not a complete form. It's holy. It's not going to really withstand anything. So what do you mean holy? You see how they do that, like holy with a WH or with an H, or
Right.
whatever.
So what's the point?
So the point of it is they always mess around with this language, right? You know the old saying, it's right under your nose. Like, what's right under your nose? The words that we speak in English. And with this language, this spelling, right? You have a spelling bee, you have all this. So think about it, right? They use like words like pray. Oh, I got to pray to something, right? But if you just change
Paige, are
the
you
vowel,
just talking?
yeah, you just change it from an E to an A. Now you're getting preyed upon, or being, preyed. So again, it's just like this language speak they're fucking with people with, and we have to realize that and be very careful of the words we speak and the thoughts that we let in and out of our mind, and go from there.
Okay, thank you.
What did I miss?
And I don't underestimate anybody. Just letting you know.
Well, I disagree, because you're missing out on information when you're consistently speaking. Hey, welcome, Cynthia.
Hi.
Good to
Hey,
see you.
Cynthia, how are you?
Hi, Cynthia.
Hey guys, I'm excited and I wanted to come share love. I even have a good story about you, Cage. So
There's an evolved
I'm still
world
waiting for my
between
turn.
boiled and fried.
I've been looking for you for days, Jesse. I'm sorry, Hank. Please continue.
Let me know it's my turn again, Jack.
It's your turn, Hank. I'm sorry.
Okay. So please do underestimate me. I want Ethux to make dispute resolution easy for me. Finding whole is possible. Yes, via mortification of the flesh process. Done.
Thank you, I guess.
I made this a soundbite so I got the point quick for you, but if you don't understand it, then I can't really work with you either way.
All right, so we're talking about wholeness. Okay, what does that mean, right? Because wholeness is kind of like a double entendre, whatever they call it, right? It's like a play on words. Because how do you be whole? But
Hey,
why is
Cage,
it whole or a whole?
Cage, please don't take us down that loop again.
It's not a loop, It's
Well,
we're using the language.
your fascination with the words and saying the words. I wanted to hear Cynthia. Welcome.
Thank you.
What were you sharing and so please?
There is this young man who just freestyled for 50 hours straight. He's done it for the last 50 hours. It was incredible. And he had a whole entire team with him. Like there were technical difficulties going on with it and stuff. And so he just had a team. And I was just excited because now that y'all bring it back to wholeness, can you be a wholeness by yourself or do you need a team to be whole?
Como está, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Como está? Wow, hey, wow, Cage, thank you.
I think that's a great question. Can you be whole alone?
Or do you need a team? Or are there two different types of whole? Or like it's a whole thing when we actually talk about wholeness. And what does that mean? Does that even look the same to everybody?
Those are great questions. And I think that is part of our people have so many different ideas and definitions. And many people don't even consider some of the divisions and some of these concepts of being whole. I know I never thought about that.
Está bien, Jack.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Lindsay.
Hi. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm just here to be supportive along with the Mexican Queen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Tarek changed my name earlier. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with it, Tarek, but still, what's up, Cynthia?
It's hard to stay on topic. I can relate to you a little bit because anytime someone streams, goes on cam, they're subject to attack. And what you are trying to say does not come across as easily because people are too busy looking at what shirt you're wearing, how your hair is today.
What about the Colombian queen, Griselda Blanco, the Black Widow? I know it became more popular now with her.
He just don't even get it, y'all.
Anyway,
He just doesn't get it. I don't even know what to say.
I don't think you get it.
Just here to try to support, and that's all, and help try to keep you on track.
Respect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I don't want to hear about that. We talk to the Black Widow.
Cage, that has nothing to do with the topic or what we're doing here. So, maybe you.
Oh my gosh, Jack. So
my uncle lives in Mexico, bro.
Okay, wow.
Great.
So my dogs have a cage. Okay, so listen, Jack. So this guy that was doing his last 5 minutes, you know what he starts rapping about? Pierogies. And how all he wants to do is eat pierogies.
You're done. That's how you know it's over.
Everybody in the chat's like, "Where's Cage?" And it was just such a because he's from Pittsburgh.
Hey,
I guess this is the thing in Pittsburgh.
How is that even possible?
And then it was just so funny to me because Cage, and that's all he talks about. But for this guy just to rap about it was.
You're the one who brought up the pierogies, Cynthia. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm also in.
Oh Lord, here comes another one.
And I forgave you for it. You said you don't want my damn apology, even though you did me wrong.
Jack, I think I could totally be cool over yesterday.
Either way, we're cool either way,
Here we go.
Sorry, what were you saying, Tom?
Well, everyone here is trying to overtalk me everywhere I've been yesterday. I was saying I think I can drop our beef from yesterday if you just give me a quick plug promo for tonight's feature presentation.
All right, I turned you up a bit, so you're coming across a little better.
I'll talk loud enough. Just make sure that fat Mexican bitch keeps her mouth shut. Hey, we're resolving here, Jack. All right, guys, I know everybody's waiting for tonight's feature presentation, but right now I'm uploading the surprise pre-show special Lore Master edition, Tom and Benton Friendship Origin Story. And it's also going to tie into the main feature. And Jack, I found out, your hashtag Paid Jack series where I confront what happened with cow stock and why you're owed money and stuff, that will have more weight if I wait till you're technically on the street to hit Paul with it. It's like, he's on the street, you owe him this much money. It's going to be fucking epic, Jack.
Sure.
And then you'll probably get some money or everyone will hate him.
Well,
and it'll still be your fault. You're on the street. Do you see the synchronicity? Everything's coming together.
Here.
No.
Yep.
She is excommunicated after last night.
You ran him off.
With love.
With love. Did I run him off with love?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Nice.
How perfect. How perfect.
I didn't even say anything.
Plus 10 internet points. Nice.
Well, so, okay, as I understood, Tom's uploading something. They're watch for a premiere or something coming from Tom later today. And as I understood, that was his peace offering. That if he was allowed to promote, then there was peace. So that's what I understood.
Maybe if you just have an Illumitami segment for 5 minutes or something, a show, he can get his promotion out and we can move on.
He ran on. Go ahead, Cynthia.
He's supposed to be ending Flow State today, I think. This is what this is about to be. So flow
Oh,
state end is supposed to happen today via Tommy. He came
Uh-oh.
on and announced it last night on Flo's page. You'll be
okay.
gone by this time tomorrow.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, to take it back to the topic, what does fellowship mean to you?
Gosh. It's a form of love. It's an acceptance. It's a way of connection. That's what fellowship is for me, is just time and attention with the purpose of understanding and connection.
Would these panels be fellowship then for you?
It is the greatest form of fellowship I'm able to find. It could be, it certainly could be. These panels could be wonderful opportunities. I mean, actually, I talked to my mother about this today. I haven't talked to my brother this year, and my sister, it's been, I don't know.
I'm glad to hear you going back to the family there.
Well, the suggestion I had with my mom is, why don't we do Zoom calls? I mean, it would be pretty easy to connect the
Why
family
not? Right?
together.
You know?
Right.
Why not?
That's what I'm hoping for.
That's gonna happen, Jack. You know, if you start with that, with the love, with the family, blood is thicker than water, right? So enough of all this shit. Family is the number one fucking most important thing. You can be self-serve, you know, you can be of service. You don't have to be self-serving. You can be of service, you know, to the family. And then from there you can expand to other people and people online, people you interact with, etc. But first you have to have that foundation.
Well,
which I've learned. You know, I'm not saying for you, I'm saying for what I've learned for me.
Yeah. You're right. There's something actually what I learned for myself. I learned the value of relationships, because when I was willing to take chances, like when I flew myself to Washington, D.C., and, you know, I had these ideas of talking to the executives and trying to do something more. What gave me the strength to do that was knowing I had other people around me who believed in me. You know, it was their
I
faith
believe in you, bro.
that I used to push myself.
I believe in you.
Jack, it's interesting you say that, because this gentleman, he had the right, how do I say it, Jesse? The right Reiki healers? How do I say it?
Reiki?
Yeah, he had 5 of the Reiki healers with him. And so when he had issues with his throat, they were able to push their energy. And I truly saw what it was like to have those people, like your team, you know, with you to help you push and motivate through these things. Like you were saying, felt best when you had people believing in you. Like, he did it for 50 hours, but his girlfriend, who was pregnant, danced with him for half, like almost.
You know, it's funny though, Cynthia. Sorry for interrupting, but the only way you're ever going to see this projection of other people believing in you is if you believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself, then you can believe in others, which is going to be a projection. Now you're going to see other people believing in you, and it's going to be like it's called the closed retort in alchemy. So it's like a closed loop system where, you know.
So like I was saying, Jack, sorry for interrupting you. Like I was saying, Jack, it's just about having that good that good team around you that truly believes in you. And in order to have that, you have to go through things together. You have to build together.
But what you said, it sounds like La La Land fantasy. Santa Claus is coming to town. Fucking.
That's not La La Land. Like any relationship, you have to have those things, whether it be in a work relationship, hey Joe, a romantic relationship, a parent-child. Like we have to work at relationships, but we do need those people in our lives to carry us when we are weak.
even if it's just one person.
Yes.
You know, because whether you like it or not, exogenous influence is important, and everybody needs at least a little bit of it. Sure, you don't want to define yourself by what everybody thinks, but at the same time, any kind of positive energy that you have around you with family or a friend, or it doesn't matter who, can make a major, major difference. And sometimes when you don't believe in yourself, they help you, you know, because who's to say one becomes before the other?
There's something powerful about that. And here, Cage is still in the back. Cage, you were placed in the back because of your pattern of interruption. You can participate. We can all participate in conversations if you stop interrupting everyone every time you have a thought. Please.
We're going all over the place, Jack, and I want to be coherent.
You prevent coherence by interrupting the flow. How do you not see that, dude?
It's being done on purpose.
Well, actually,
that's known.
Cage, it's like it was just like before. Like you got a lot of valuable things to say, and you get really excited, and you want to say it before the person's finished talking. So when you interrupt the person, it doesn't matter how valuable your information is. You already interrupted, so people don't even want to.
I know. I don't want to have it.
Jesse,
sorry for interrupting. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now, please. Let me just say something, because what I heard Cynthia, she was saying, like, it started with a false pretext or whatever you want to call it, like a false. She was saying, "Oh, people say this, right?" So the only thing I was trying to say is, like, I don't care what the fuck people say. I want to see what they do and their actual actions and their
yes. So
they can say all they want.
Interrupted.
I want to hear it.
You interrupted because you had an opinion. You don't care. You don't care, so you interrupted.
It's not my opinion.
Look at your behavior, Cage.
Now I'm.
All right.
It's just a little bit of tweaking, Cage. Like you're.
Oh, he went out.
That was his connection.
Oh yeah, he's driving.
He's traveling. Holy cows, man.
We were talking about holistic, and it is a combination of all of those things. It is a combination of fellowship. It is a combination of affiliation. It is a combination of what was he just doing and thinking. It's not just what you think, it's what you do. It's all of these things, all interwound, intertwined together.
I agree. This world, though, has taught us to be so divisive, so divided, so quick to assume and jump to conclusions, so quick to jump to defense or jump into attack. And what I've been learning, the goal is to rise above. And the way we rise above the conflicts and the disagreement is realizing our opinions don't matter. All that matters is kind of what Cage was saying. It's what people do. Oops. Now we lost. That's all right. The idea of Cage, go ahead if you've got something.
I was just gonna
please
say musical chairs. Talcott, continue the idea of. Please, Talcott, the idea of. You were saying.
Back to the topic. Finding what is whole, what is complete. I mean, completeness. If you bring that into emotional, right? If you're complete, you are content. And that's the goal. Can you be content with you and who you are and the whole world? Everything you know. Can you find peace and contentment? That's the goal.
It's easy to find.
It is, but it's also easy to forget. I mean, this world
it's a double-edged sword, or it's slippery like that. There you go.
It's the paradox of existence. God is so amazing, sincerely. The creator of us. That is where I'm at. You know, Jesus offered those two commandments that are true. Love God. Love God. And how you define God is how you are going to live. If you believe God is some far off distance, some judgmental, power that's going to condemn, and I believe what we're here to know is the graciousness, the grace of our God. That's what Jesus, Yeshua, brought. The Old Testament brought us the laws.
We can get into the dogma and all that, Talcott, but personally for me, what I see is, there's a program there. So I'm not going to get caught up in, these words and all that. I'm going to observe the program, learn every single day, no matter what. I'm still young. I'm still trying to learn. I don't know. I know only a fool thinks he knows, and only a fool thinks he knows everything. Whatever. I know nothing.
What about the saying where two or more will gather, I will be there? The saying, I don't know if you heard me, when two or more will gather, I will be there. Is that, specifying completeness?
Is that what?
When the book, it says, when two or more will gather, I will be there. Does that would maybe specify completeness?
I love that idea. That kind of ties into what Lindsay may have been offering too. That there's a wholeness within, and there's a part of wholeness that includes outside of us. And my view on this, well, in the Bible, I found that if you take the word truth and you place it where it says God, if you honor God, honor truth, you love the truth, you recognize, for me, that's what worked. The truth is God. Love is how we know God. That's what Jesus was through his words, his deeds. And so truth and love, when we get two or three or more together, human beings, as imperfect as we are, as flawed as we might be, when we come together and we're discussing the same facts, the same experience or information, that's where we know the truth. That's where the true love of God can be felt and known and shared. Is that kind of what you were thinking?
Yeah, the truth will set us free. God will set us free. We are come into this world not by ourselves. We have a mother, father, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. So we're very social, communal beings. And then when people come together, that's what this love, that's what this God is people in communion with each other.
Amen. Communion is a unity, and we are all God's children, right? Welcome, Joe.
Damn it, I gotta find a lighter. I don't have a lighter. Give me a second.
MTV Cribs, blessings. Thank you for the contribution. Sure, if it comes down to it, I'll do a brief video or stream on my cell phone and offer a tour of the house. And Tari, blessings to you as well, the contributions. Love and peace. That is the truth of what we're here to share. Love and peace. Blessings to you guys. Snafu.
Blessings.
Sorry, Joe. Welcome. We got Snafu in the back, and at this point, brother, not going to happen. Not bringing you up today, brother.
Sin, you look really good today.
Let me tell you something about Snafu, Jack. If he's still back there, let me tell you. I made a live supporting my homeboy. Thank you, Joe. Sorry for the delayed reaction. I'm upset. I made a video supporting the guy doing the 50-hour stream. And at some point during the stream, he started losing motivation for words. So I made a live encouraging people to go over there and drop words in the chat. And he used that to freestyle. Freaking Snaps went over there and just was calling me Job the Queen and just talking to me, like just doing, like it was amazing to see the disruption that he, and so I was interested in seeing him if he's still back there, but not today. Okay.
Here, we've got someone else in the back. I'm not sure.
Who?
Timmy? Welcome,
Hey,
Timmy.
what's up, Jack? Hello, hello.
Wait, is this the Timmy I know?
Yeah, man. Look, here in the flesh. Can you see me?
No. Your voice is a little
but
static.
you don't recognize my voice.
Yeah, I recognize the voice. Welcome, Timmy.
Oh,
It's
man.
been a while.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking about how the old how it used to go in the like 1,000 years ago when there's a barbarians at the gates, you know, and they want to just come in and kill everybody. How does the Talcottian mindset work at that point? Does it work at that point? What do you do?
Well, obviously there'd be disadvantages to that. The ideal Talcottian way is to be aware, to recognize who may be finding aggression and why are they finding aggression towards me. What is the disagreement? Try to resolve the conflicts through diplomacy and negotiation before battles emerge. That's the real way.
Yeah, but sometimes they're at the gates already, right? And they just want to like kill and rape everybody. So sometimes you gotta fight back, right?
If, like he's saying, the enemy's already at the gate, yeah, you know, the first thing you got to do is get them up. Yes, I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
You don't show up to a gunfight with a picnic basket, right? Am I tripping?
There's to what Jack said. There's some good about what Jack said. I tell this story all the time. Sun Tzu, 3 great warriors. One good with a bow and arrow, one good with a sword, and the other used his mind. The town where it was said that the bow and arrow guy is better. No, the sword guy is better. They couldn't decide. They went to the sword guy and the bow and arrow guy and said, which one of you is better? We can't make up our mind. And they say the third guy who uses his head. He's the one who sees wars about to emerge and steers them away. You would never know what he do, which is what Jack was saying. I try to be aware and see the aggression before it happens. So what he was saying was not crazy. Spot on, actually.
Thanks, brother. I believe that this warring mindset, while it may be a natural part of our design, it's not the totality of who we are, right? Our creator is, man, people have underestimated, holy cows, there is a generosity flowing today, and sincerely to you, I am very grateful, thankful, and I do feel blessed. Blessings to all of you participating, supporting. Sincerely, thank you. I lost where we were at.
Well, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And even if we have peace and love and everything is about goodness, it doesn't mean that there aren't people that would step up to defend it in any way possible, if need be.
I believe we are at a time where, you know, the good men and women, they've stayed back and they've trusted that other people would take care of things. But, you know, the evil hasn't. Those who want to oppress and control, they've been working together methodically and systematically and persistently. So I see it right now in this world. I mean, here on this panel, a lot of men and women are waking up and seeing that, hey, no, it's time for good people to do a little bit more.
Can I ask Jesse a question? Since you said that,
Please.
I've been hearing that so much that people are waking up. I've heard you say it, Jack. I hear it all over the place, not just on the internet, everywhere. Jesse, would you agree with that? People are waking up now.
Yeah, I've been at this for 30 plus years, and I've seen more people become awake and aware in the last 4 years with all this bullshit than I've seen in the 30 years combined.
All right,
So
my man.
yeah,
That's what I
it
was
was a long
asking.
and lonely road for a long time. But whatchamacallit, it's a lot more people, which it gives us a lot more faith that we can overcome this darkness.
I wonder if the last 4 years have brought us together. We've all been this way, but we didn't just all meet each other and know each other. So it's not necessarily they're becoming. We're just all meeting each other.
Just
And
because of the
try to
internet,
become
we were now able to meet each other, is what you're saying. I mean, what about
right.
that, Jess? Could that be it? We're just able to see each other now more. Perhaps it was the same number, and now we're just able to.
Well, in some cases, yes, but I know of many people that have now become awake and aware because of all the nonsense, right? People saying I felt duped, people like real serious guys that I know that
Yeah.
actually went along with the bullshit, got injected with it. They're like, I can't believe it. And so there's a lot of people that are becoming more aware of how nefarious governments are and how much control the pharmaceutical demons actually have.
I think I'd agree, man. I think more people are becoming aware. Some people just can't touch, especially old people who watch CNN and shit. But certainly it easier. That conversation is easier. You a conspiracy theorist if you said half the shit you say nowadays. Now it's common knowledge to everybody. I think we're waking up. And I would like to thank you guys, Truth the Community, wherever the fuck that is, as long as you cats keeping the truth, and the fucking 1A shit, that shit we do, teaching motherfuckers their rights and telling them to stand up to the cops together. You waking them up, that shit Paul said, I know y'all not a fan, but niggas need to hear it. Not the when he's angry and yelling at you, Jack shit, but the shit about be a free man, stand up. That's the greatest message in the world. Between niggas saying that shit and the other shit, we'll be good.
Hey, not to interrupt what's going on up here, but my mind is going to the chat again. And Raccoon City Public Service. But I know I've been seeing some of the feedback you've been receiving, and I've been seeing some of your perceptions. And I don't doubt you. I believe you. You were in the light for years. It was God who brought you in the darkness. So now what?
Wait, Raccoon don't do panels.
What's that?
I say, I guess he doesn't do panels. I don't accept that nonsense at face value. Fuck that shit. I got a million ways to tear that apart and a million observations. It sounds like you about to let that shit ride.
Well,
go ahead. You go.
I've seen this person is going through some dark periods, right? Facing betrayal, facing pain, and so they're finding the darkness. And
blaming God like a fucking child.
Yeah, but
God, why'd you put me here? Why'd you put me
here?
Dude, I've done it.
They're in a spiritual battle. He's in a spiritual battle, and we all go through it. We all go through it, and you can't be as strong as you are spiritually without having a battle.
I got a buddy who cries out all the fucking time rather than just ask for advice and say it outright. He's got to be like, you haven't walked in my shoes. You don't understand. Nigga, just say what the fuck you want to say, man. Nobody want to hear that shit. We all been through a lot. I got a buddy who do that shit.
You are just cold, man. Holy crap. And part of why I spoke up is because words like this, I mean, we all go through it. While it is true, that's the last thing you want to hear when you're nobody understands me, man. You haven't walked in my shoes.
I don't know. I don't do that one, bro. Fuck that.
No, I know.
Wow. But you don't meet people where they are. That's part of the journey, meeting people where they are. Like he was saying, I don't do that shit. But then,
all right, very good, son. I'll give you that. But I don't really. I try to meet them where they are, right? Because I'm a regular dude. But if you're hurting, I'm not gonna meet you on no fucking low shit. I'll come down and reach a hand and drag you, but I just can't go through the fucking misery and fucking whine. You can vent to me and tell me, especially if I love you, I'll listen to that shit for a while. But I'm not gonna join you and be like, yeah, man, so and so a shitty person. Yeah, I'm not gonna join you in that nonsense.
That's the key. That is the key. Many people want someone to crawl down in the hole with them and see the darkness of the world right next to them.
No.
It's easy to get trapped in that, but I think this is why we're here. There is so much spiritual light coming from this group, coming through us. I see a lot of strong personalities, men and women, right? We're in the chat as well. There's a perfection to the order that brings everyone together. And so Raccoon City Public Service, my friend, right? The darkness is your choice to embrace, as is the light of hope may be small, okay? But if you can find that light of hope and the belief that this too shall pass, and in the future, I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to laugh at this myself. And then actually, if you've got something specific you think is helpful.
And it take a long time, right, Coon? When you're putting in work, it take at least a year, before the shit even starts showing. So it won't be an overnight shit. Don't be like everybody else. I got friends who are thieves, and when shit get tough, I'm gonna follow God, Joe, and then shit get tough, they go steal shit and talk about how tough shit was. You got to put your head down for a year and a half, with forgiving motherfuckers and not hitting back when hit. I don't mean literally, but you know what I'm understand. Being a good thing, saying a good thing, not indulging in someone's negative energy. When they say fuck you, you ain't got to say fuck you back. When they wake up in a shitty mood, yelling at you, you ain't got to yell back. Take a fucking year and 6 months of that shit just before you start seeing it pay off. This is a long fucking journey, bro.
It can change like that.
And in this false illusionary matrix where it seems like darkness has a lot of power, you wouldn't be getting attacks if you weren't shining brightly. And, that's just a testament to everybody that's going through what they're going through and bearing the attacks that they have been. It's because of your bright light, not because of the darkness inside
That
of
was
you.
dope, Raccoon. Did you hear that? Whose icon is that? That's really dope. Who was that just joined us?
Oh, Bex?
Bex?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, hey, girl. I didn't know that was your icon.
Yeah, welcome, Bex.
I like it.
Thank you for having me, Jack. Nice to see you.
Yeah,
I just had a question of the panel. What does meeting someone on one's level mean to somebody?
For my first thought means that I can't, like if, I don't know, like me, I'm a ghetto cat. And if you wanted to rap with me, you might want to be plain spoken and shit. It certainly doesn't mean if I'm a thief, meet me on that level. Right. That's the way I see it. It's just communicate, in a common fashion. Socrates, big fan of that. He said people use big words and his students are Plato and Aristotle and shit like that. So they were horrible at it. They didn't hold true to his idea, but he would speak plainly and he would be, have red flags to go off when people use big words because he was that fucking suspicious of them. Anyway,
I like how Joe brought it into I'm hood. So like, let's say Joe and I were like, hey Joe, let's come hang out. Like, because I'm meeting him where I am, I wouldn't decide to take him to a place that I felt comfortable that he might not feel comfortable in. I'm gonna pick a place that we're in neutral ground.
That might be dope. And also, like the way I talk, I curb my talk a whole lot. I've changed a lot the way the people in the neighborhood say I talk a lot different to communicate with you cats. But really, you know, it's a lot more vulgarity, slurred words you can't understand, a lot more slang, you know, than blah blah and whatever the fuck. But I'm trying to meet you where you are. All right, I'm not giving you shit about it, and you don't come telling me to you know, don't use the N word, Joe, and don't wear hoodies that look like a thug. You're not meeting me where I am.
Right.
Now I think we're meeting each other where we are, and we can, you know, not telling
And
Jack to change his shirt, motherfucker. It's just Jack.
And like, so there's also people you don't want to meet them where they are because you're just not going to scoot down to where they are.
Who is that? Might that be, man? I've been in the best crack houses. How much lower do you fucking get? I don't have to do crack. I don't have to fucking steal shit.
It's not about doing crack. It's about the intentions and what they're trying to do to you.
But
just I need some type of music or something.
No, that was great. That was
and he's like da 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 boo, or something.
What do you?
So weird.
What do you think, Jack? What do you think, Jack? I was wondering, like, when people are going to meet somebody on somebody else's level, don't you think they're actually meeting someone on their own perception of that other person's level?
Yes. Everything does come. I think so.
That's logical. I think if I understand you right, Bex, is logical.
But that
Yeah,
is
so
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Please.
No, you please go ahead.
Well, I think that is the idea of connection. Really, we overcomplicate it. All we've got to do is create the space. And if we create the space and we be authentically ourselves here in the moment, in the present, other people can be themselves. And most times when people are not themselves, guess what they're doing? They're future tripping or they're hung up on the past. And so
I dig it.
Sometimes we just need to meet someone where they're at, is intellectually and spiritually, emotionally is what I mean. Emotionally, just connect with them in the space. And then from there, we can lead each other out of the darkness.
Also, Jack, it's also like where they're at. This isn't where they're going to stay. And that's the important thing to see. Like, we're meeting them where they're at. We're not camping in and moving in with them. We're here with you in this moment because you need this.
Yeah, when in Rome,
we're gonna grow, right?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's what people need. I think this is what Lindsay was offering before, where people need a little bit of confirmation. So sometimes to meet someone where they're at while they're in the darkness and in the despair, if you see them and remind them, this is temporary. You're going to get through this. You're going to get past it. You know, when we're in the darkness, you can't see the light.
So going back to what do you mean by you don't want to meet someone where they're at? For instance, Bex is up here pretending to engage in conversation, but she's in chat saying other stuff about it. So I'm not going to meet her where she's at because she's not here on good intentions.
I am looking to see where she's
my intention, just to respond to that, my intentions are just as good as Cynthia's if she's here present with you and watching someone else's chat. The behaviors seem identical, actually.
No, it's not. So, because I'm not being contradictory. I'm not sitting up here and then over there. If your ears hurt, don't be on here. You're just
it's you and your logic that hurts my head. It's you that hurts my head. So, well, because I came to join the conversation with the other. I'm not asking you to move. I wasn't going to bring it up.
Please stop.
You want to bring it up? You're bringing it up. I am dealing with it. You're the one having a problem with it. Let's get back to the conversation because I don't have an issue being up here with Cynthia or admitting that I'm over in Paul's chat. Right? I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But Jack, if you'd rather me not be here while I'm doing that, that's fine as well. You know, you're the host.
He would have told you that, Bex. I didn't hear him say nothing about that.
I don't know what is going on.
I'm meeting you on your level, Cynthia. You're disingenuine with me. I can be disingenuine with you.
You can't be a thief to meet a thief. You can't do that. You got to stand on honesty.
I can do what I want. I can do what I want.
This is obvious the truth. Yes, I think you understand what I'm saying, though.
Why?
If you want the fucking, karmatic believing that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying I'm not typically on a panel in 3 different chats monitoring what other people are doing. So
okay, but
you're here on this panel and in that chat over there.
And
forgive me, Jack, for bringing existing tensions to your panel. It wasn't my intention at all. I did want to engage in the conversation with
We
you.
go back. You said
That's my
something really
intention.
cool. You or Jack. I think it was Jack said something about the space. Jack said you got to create a space. And then he said, meet them in a space. So I'm not sure I understood him. When he said create the space, I thought he meant in a sense of you got to create a soft landing space for people when they're clumsy. Because if you react badly to a person, then they'll never open up to you and you'll never touch them. Right. If you have a place where, they do their little faux pas and you don't give them shit about it, you just speak to them normally. And then, they feel more safe around you and they'll open up. Then you'll learn what they really like. Then you can help them if that's a thing.
What about you just doing what you're supposed to do and then they look at you and then go, oh, let me see if there's something to learn here, instead of presuming that these people are in any darkness.
It's 1,000% both, right? It'll be both. 1,000%, your best way is lead through example. And that's what will attract people. But at some point, they're going to open their fucking mouths to you. And you're going to perceive it one way. They may perceive it another way. I don't want to be cold because Jack says I'm cold, but yeah, I don't listen to nothing that come out of my fucking mouth. I assume you got too much trauma. You built up too much an image of yourself that you think you're something you're not. I take all those assumptions in before a motherfucker open that fucking mouth.
Yeah, because you probably talk to a lot of guys that have that image of themselves.
Yes, everybody's
totally
little slick. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
go ahead, Cynthia.
No, you please go ahead, Jack.
Thanks. I was just going to say we certainly don't want to enable each other with their confusion and their self-deception, but I don't agree with this idea of minimizing and just dismissing people's pain.
Help me, Jack. Help me, because I'm bad. I'm far gone, Jack. I'm numb. Help me.
I know you are, and I don't know, which is surprising because you're such a light-filled man. You see the appreciation, you see the gratitude.
But Jack, I am also mature enough to know that this is just temporary. It's damn near video game. This is not even real pain you're going through. How much can I know that pain lasts and all these troubles in 5th grade. I thought that test was the world to me. And I know that, later, it's not such a big deal. I know these are the trends, way things go. I can't think of the word, but the way things move forward. I know that's just how they are. I don't want to see no one hurt, but, kid skins his knee, he's crying out and shit. I know it's just a skinned knee, even though it's the worst shit in the world. You cats.
Hey, I do want to. Golly geez, man.
I'm minimizing shit again, too. I'm guilty again. Fuck.
Well, Tarek, blessings to you.
Hey,
thank you. If you want to keep making Paul jealous, God bless you. Thank you. I am here often and regular. And, I'm sure Paulie Boy's watching. So, Tarek, God bless. Thank you sincerely.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, good for you, Jack.
Hey, I don't want to press. Oh, please go ahead, Jess.
You finish and then I can go. You can finish and then I can go.
I was going to switch a topic, so please go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to answer Vex's question. So not everybody's at the same level of awareness and comprehension. And when you're trying to communicate with them, and if you go full guns blazing, and in most cases, they turn them off, opposed to actually getting a better level of comprehension of what you're trying to communicate. So sometimes you have to actually, think tactfully how you can communicate better with someone that maybe is not on that same level of comprehension.
Absolutely.
I'm muted.
But then
I think,
why?
Jesse, a lot of that depends on how serious you are about
Yeah,
getting to that
absolutely.
person, helping that person. Because most people act out, right? They don't want to face the truth or grow up or whatever. So, giving them advice is risky. So if they act out, if you're the type of person that's going to go in, this person that's troubled, you're going to wade into those waters the first time they say, well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you think. If you're going to jump on them and say, fuck you, bitch, you didn't really help, stay out of it, so what are you willing to
and
go
to
through?
To tie that together, given the tensions between Cynthia and I, she's right to call me on my behavior of not being authentic with her and maybe even being passive in my question to the panel.
Very good.
But the nature of meeting each other on each other's level, we have to want to learn from each other. We have to want to reconcile, or there's no level to meet each other on.
Agreed.
And that's not for me to tell Cynthia what to do or Cynthia to tell me what to do, right? That really is between the two resonance frequencies that we have and whether we resonate with a good frequency or a negative one, I tend to believe in reconciliation and the idea of trying, but that's not everybody's way,
Maybe you can't tell them what to do, but you certainly can give them advice. That's damn near your job under God. If you see they're doing something simple, like the reason they're not communicating with someone is because with someone is because they're putting them down too much. They're doing humor at someone else's expense as opposed to them. If you see something little like that, you'll speak on it and say, hey, she'd be more open to you if you didn't make fun of her so much. That type of shit.
Well, that's vice versa, though, right? I mean, the video was first made by her, so again, it's not a blame ball.
I wasn't talking about you and Cynthia. I wasn't even talking about you guys. I don't know nothing about a video.
Please.
Right?
But I'm just saying, in essence, there will always be. We have to start on common ground from somewhere, or decide that there's nowhere to meet, right? And then not tell each other how to be. Right?
I want you to know,
you can't just go through the world trying to wake up everyone. Everyone's going to wake up to different people's voices, right?
Job.
That's why we're different.
Damn near your sole purpose on earth. I want you to know, Bex. I just want her to know that I was not talking about you and Cynthia. I don't know nothing about a video. I was just talking about. I used a woman. I was speaking in general.
She's passive.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good example.
This is something I do. I mean, I would
would like to respond to Joe. And to your response on meeting people, like you can say, if you come off, I think Jesse was saying, if you come off hot, there's not going to be a connection to try to build.
The Bible says a soft answer turneth away wrath. Same thing. Right?
We all have to come to some point that there are some people that you just don't need to be around for whatever reason. It's not saying that they're worse than you or you're better. It's just for whatever reason, there's just something that's
this
not
is true.
And you are supposed to dust the feet off your sandals and keep moving.
No.
Hang on. I'm speaking on how I operate.
Yeah.
Now, because Bex has brought this to me, I'm going to bring it back to us. She is genuinely a person that I wanted to get to know when I first met her, based off the tendencies that we were both around the same age and wanting to start this platform. Being a woman in this season, in this game, is not a cakewalk. There are several factors that come against you. Now, somewhere along that journey, her character became more obvious to me. Not saying that it's a flawed character or it's a character that I don't like. It just became one that resonated with me that wasn't good for me.
I understand that.
And it took it to different places. And I realized that I wouldn't have been to those places if I didn't know her. And I appreciate that. And I thank her for that. But it doesn't change the fact that I recognize you're somebody I don't need around me. You don't have the best intentions for me, and that's okay. It's not your job too, and I can't be faulted for doing what I have to do for me and myself. And that's just as real as it is. It's as real as it is.
Perfectly said.
I'm sure
it's a perfect mirror.
I'm sure you're going to turn it around. Is
No,
what
no,
you
no,
said.
hey,
No,
be nice.
no, let me
No,
respond.
don't
Let me
protect.
respond.
Don't protect.
Let's if we don't, you didn't say anything cruel, Cynthia. You were very honest, and being honest and being honest with one another without digging deep and being cruel is the best place to start. Like
Good girl.
what you just said was 100% authentic, right? And it's exactly the way I feel as a mirror for you to me. You know,
So then
so
why would you
we
wanna
don't have
talk
to, yeah, we don't have to have bad feelings about each other. You know, we just don't. I mean, I personally am doing my best to choose to say nothing at all if I don't have anything nice to say. And look
But
at what happens. You know,
no,
I
you
can
said
I can
something
hear
to
you
me
and see
yesterday
you
in
for the
chat.
mirror.
You
Yeah.
said something to me yesterday in chat. You were trying to provoke me yesterday,
No,
and I
all I
told
said
you
was
ignored it.
I was
Then you
making
were over
pierogies in
there
honor of
and
you.
wrong,
That's not
and then you were
negative.
at
That's
it
not
wrong.
negative.
It was a contact.
Honestly, I
It's not
said to you, I'm
negative.
making
It's a
pierogies
negative.
and thinking of the day we met. How is that negative? It's not provocative.
Right. Could
Honestly,
it
I
be
eat pierogies and I think of you. Thank you, Jack. Sorry.
well,
These pierogies,
please.
I've got to do a live and eat one. I've never in my life had a pierogi.
But
I know. I
It
wanted to
was
cook
a
them and
joke.
show them to you. That's all.
I don't know. Guys, ladies, friends.
Are we worse? Are we worse?
it's broke when
No,
women do it.
no.
It's just worse.
No, actually, these women are both being authentic. And I
They
think they're
are.
both
They're
being
cold.
honest.
They're killing. I like it. You're right.
They're
It's just when they talk over each other, the shit reminds
what
me of
And
fucking my
today's
ex-girlfriend or something.
Yeah, today is a new day and reconciliation. And at least if we could not be at each other, we're all in the same place. Everybody likes different people, and when people are at each other in the communities, it's better if we could just try to be civil. And if you're not willing to be civil, then just don't bring it up onto the panels with each other, right? Like you guys have your own panels that you guys can do it on. But today's been great. I'm glad you guys were able to communicate.
Cynthia, I want to respond to something you said. I damn near cut in and responded. You said when people are like that, it's time to dust your sandals off and move on. Sometimes, but again, it depends on how serious you are about reaching that person or about reaching people in general. There may be someone you love that you really want to reach, and you know who's going to teach you those lessons, how to teach that stubborn person, that stubborn motherfucker that you keep running away from. Instead of learning how to work around them and not let them get under your skin, then you'll level better. Then you fuck with a couple more crazy motherfuckers. Then you could talk to your crazy uncle and fucking communicate with that guy, and he don't get under your skin no more. So there's something to be gleaned from all these people that are so rough and abrasive. They're abrasive. They're there for a reason. This is what makes the doctor sharp. And I can't fucking talk. This is what gives you your skills. Fucking, I'm sorry, but
I
fucking, I need
agree.
to
I
calm down.
absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And she did that. She did that, and it was done. It wasn't a continuous mission. She was only the person that opened the portal. She wasn't the person. She's not the guide. She's not the protector. She's not nothing through it. She just was to open the door, and that's all. That was her only job.
Well,
and she did it. And I need.
That's why.
What door?
I'd just like to take this opportunity, and then I'm going to leave you guys be because I really appreciate you having me here, Jack.
Real quick. She did a live doing a curse on me. She did a live doing a curse on me. So that's what I'm saying. Like y'all are thinking it's just us having exchanges of words. She's bringing it into a different realm. And
I don't know. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the now. I truly think that yesterday, if we didn't have tensions between us and you saw the comment I made, I really was trying to turn a new leaf. I understand in YouTube that doesn't always work, so I truly try to do my best and see the best in people. I try to do the same and forgive myself, my transgressions against other people. That's all I can do, Cynthia. So, Jack, I really appreciate you having me here. I appreciate the insights that Jesse and Hope have brought. I appreciate your authenticity in how you feel about me, Cynthia, and I'm just going to go from there and do my best to move on and see if you can see the same in me at bare minimum. Thank you so much, Jack, and to your audience. Bye for now.
Can we lift
the
curse?
Fine, Bex. You're going to be fucking fine.
Can we lift the curse?
Thank you.
I was just wondering while she was here if there was one actually put on you.
No, bro, that's what what I'm saying. And then she ran around with a Southern voice for like 24, 48 hours. It was the strangest thing, but it was a real thing. She was being her authentic self. And at that moment, I had to say, okay, this isn't okay.
Okay, but Cynthia, you took the memories of that and prevented you from seeing an authentic version of her today.
I did see an authentic version of her. Somebody that will throw a curse on me. She's somebody that will throw a curse on me.
Today, hello, Cynthia, today, which is what Bex was trying to point out to you too.
She might be doing it right now. Well, how can I ask the leopard to change the spots?
Is that I'm gonna stop.
You should stop, Jack, because your energy would not be able to solve nothing. Jack, that energy would not have been able to do what you were trying to do with that energy.
How can I ask her to change her spots? I'm not asking her to change.
I know you don't want to change anything. You're not willing to change a perspective. You're not willing to change an opinion. You're not willing. I know, Cynthia.
Yeah,
I know.
If you throw a curse on me, I'm not going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
But do you think it was an authentic curse there, Cynthia, or was that just kind of like fun content type of thing, right? Do you think that like from all that I've seen,
curses are real?
She's not the type that is like a witch that's going around cursing people. So do you think that that wasn't like her authentic self? That was just part of this YouTube back and forth game that people play?
I think Nipsey Hussle, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Nipsey Hussle, when he said a line, just because you threatened to shoot me, you probably didn't mean it, but because you said it, I have to treat it like that. And that's
nonsense.
No, I have to treat it like that.
No, that's ridiculous, man. You know when niggas didn't threaten to shoot me and kill me and all that, I'd have had to kill about a couple
I'm not saying that you need to, but you need to understand, not saying that, oh, you're going to kill me because you said it. Understanding you threatened my life. I need to always keep that in mind. You threaten okay, going to Jesse's question. I don't know if curses are real or if she was pretending to do one or if she was doing a real one. I'm not familiar with that. I know that I'm slaved by the blood of Jesus, and the one that indwells in me is greater than others, and I'm okay with that. I just know that somebody who's wanting to do that to me is somebody that I don't need to have around me. Because
I get that part, but I want to go back to the other thing you said about you got to treat it that way. You haven't heard of you haven't heard a billion empty internet threats. You're supposed to take all of these niggas on the internet that threaten you and threaten someone else serious? That's fucking insane.
Well, can we just define the threat? Throwing a curse? Yeah, I'm gonna take a threat. I have somebody who's always threatening to come shoot at my house. And so I've taken that threat serious. Now there's been other threats that I don't take in serious, but you can feel the intentions behind some of these threats. And again, what this was happening wasn't okay. And why would you want somebody near you about that being okay?
All different shit. I was only commenting on you saying if a person says something, you got to take it that way. Nonsense. These niggas blow smoke. If a nigga ain't taking his watch off, he probably don't want to fight. All of that, why I ain't got to take none of that shit serious. I can leave. I'll determine when I think it's serious. But most of that shit don't take serious. It's just insane.
So the one threatening to shoot at my house knows where I live. So I definitely took that serious. And the one throwing the curses had a whole vibe going on, and I'm going to take that serious. Like I said, I don't know.
But you can't take that.
Or
go ahead.
I'm not taking the actual curse serious. I'm taking the threat of doing it, the intentions of wanting to do it. You exposed your character to me.
And when someone does that, you don't have to like them, but you said it yourself that you're protected. So it doesn't matter if people are throwing internet curses. Who cares? You are protected.
I'm not going to sit up here and be like, "Hey, girl, what's going on?" and make good content. And I'm not going to be my authentic self in it.
Hey, I've been quiet for a while. Relationships are actually very important from my perspective. It's something that I actually truly care about. And I see several lessons that are available to be learned from here today. So if anyone wants to learn anything, there's opportunities to do so.
I'm all ears, Jack.
It's saying there's been nothing but, I think it's saying today there's been nothing but opportunities to learn. I would agree with that. I never come here and don't learn. Unless two motherfuckers are just yelling over each other and talking at the same time, because, I don't know, a masochist or something, I'd sit back and be like, maybe you were supposed to hear this, Joe, and learn something from this nonsense. As much as I hate it, that is my little pet peeve when motherfuckers talking over and you can't hear what either one of them are saying. I feel like I'm wasting my time and I'm ready to leave when that shit starts happening. But then I'll be thinking, well, maybe God has you for a reason. That's how I talk to niggas. You were supposed to learn something here. I mean, God, why are you
Jack, I
torturing
sense
me?
that you're upset by my decisions and my viewpoints, and I hate that Jack, and I hate that I'm sensing that. It's truly not my intentions, but I'm being my authentic self.
I know you are. I think you're being closed-minded, though.
Well,
and it does disappoint me.
I'm okay with that.
That you can just say that shit all day, Jack, with that energy. I think you're closed-minded and it's disappointing all day. So when you bring that other energy is when, you start going off the rails a bit. But you said the same thing. You said it honestly. You said, that was the tough shit and you did it correctly that time.
Thank you. I'm working on growing it.
You just said plenty to learn here today.
This is a good opportunity of meeting somebody where they're at. So you think that I'm closed-minded in this. So now you don't want to write off somebody because of that, do you? Well, maybe you do. I don't know.
No, Jack. Go ahead.
I know that in my own experience, people have taken these moments, blown them out of proportion, created these narratives, made these big important things that it's a bunch of craziness. And yet I don't have a choice. I've got to accept that they're afraid of me. And Cynthia, you're not afraid of Bex. You're not afraid of right. So
no, but they understand intertwining will bring out an anger that it will just trigger things that won't be well in anybody around at the moment.
Yeah, that anger, that energy. All energies are a tool. You better be very careful with how you use that one, because that's like using the gun. Ramifications can be huge. That energy should be avoided mostly. It should be something you reach for rarely and all of that shit.
So, and because this is a safe place, because Jack is good at having a good panel, I was able to authentically say what I needed to say, and I did it. And like she said, you didn't cut deep, and it wasn't meant to cut that deep. Maybe perhaps there was a misunderstanding in what she thought, and there was clarity today. And I'm sorry that it doesn't look like the way you want it to look, Jack, but you do need to recognize it was authentic.
Cynthia, I love you.
Again already? Yes.
You're right. You're right. And I knew it as soon as I said it. My disappointment is my own fucking fault. You are perfect. You guys, you're growing. No, you're perfect. Every one of us are perfectly where we are supposed to be, based on our level of consciousness, based on our spiritual path.
Okay.
And I don't know Bex well. I have seen her grow quite a bit. I've seen her intentionally growing, and I've seen her humble herself several times. And Cynthia, I've seen you grow. I've seen, well, Joe doesn't grow much. He
has. Remember how mean he used to always be on the panel? When you used to have to always yell at him, and then we would always have to overtalk us. Remember?
People said they wouldn't even come on panel and would leave rooms and shit. I used to just be so mean.
I'm finding the magic in life, right? You guys are part of the magic of the day. Right? And this is what we lose sight of. There is a magic of every day that is happening, and we're a part of it. There's a lot of people who've lost sight of the magic. They've lost sight of the hope.
I ain't missed a day, Jack. I've been here every day that I've been here. I've been here. I haven't missed a moment of fucking Jesse's greatness, your greatness, and tolerance, and they missed a second of these magnificent individuals who don't even see themselves at their true capabilities and shit, caught up in a bunch of nonsense. I've seen the greatness. I see it and recognize it every time I'm in front of them. Even if they're having a bad day, I know there's still that great nigga that's calling so-and-so out their name. I know that nigga's capabilities, but I never lose sight of that shit, man.
Joe, you are great. We are part of something pretty amazing, sincerely. I don't know what the future is going to bring. I trust that the natural order of our creator is towards the good, right?
I agree.
It's our short-sighted views. It's our short-sighted planning and our short-sighted perspective. We get caught up in these tragedies and these dramas and these conflicts, and we allow us to miss the bigger picture.
Yeah,
the bigger picture is, man, there is a.
I'm gonna send you some clips. I sent Cynthia both clips. Sunset last night and the sunrise this morning, man.
You didn't send it to me, Joe. And to tie it back with what Joe was saying, or the question he asked earlier, have you seen, the growth or in the people? And I've seen it in the last year. I've seen a lot of growth in each and every single one of you, in myself, in all kinds of other people, which makes it rewarding to be able to spend some time on these panels when you know that people are communicating better. They're actually, growing in themselves and with the worldly knowledge. So, I see it even just in these YouTube panels, how much growth has happened in just the last year alone.
I think, Jesse, we're going to see ourselves down the line when we're healed, right? So I'm happy seeing a progression. I'm gonna take a snafu because snafu was the worst cat in the world when I met him. He couldn't even tone himself down and talk and say a sentence. He was so excited. Now he can contribute. Blah blah. Drastic improvement. What if he continues on that path? That nigga be a god. He's gonna outdo me and you, Jack. In about fucking 3 months, he's gonna be giving us advice, hopping on this panel with a fucking kufi on and giving us advice. He'll be fine. I think that at some point we all see our other selves that are healed, and we laugh about this shit, bro.
I think so. I have so much faith, kind of like what you're saying, Joe. I have so much faith in the human potential, and the human potential is that's God's miracle. Boy, that just came to me. That's the truth, huh?
Jesus said, "You should do greater things than I." Yes, it's the truth.
The human potential is God's miracle, man.
Miracle. Write it down. So, you know me, I write it down.
Well, that's who we are. We are God's miracle, and there is a miracle to life. It's real easy to overlook. It's real easy to get caught up in the past or in our dissatisfaction. What I've been learning for myself, sincerely, the benefit of having faith and trust that even if the situation in the world changes, we're going to be okay.
It looks like
it, right? Be okay, we're going to be better.
We're going to be good. I think we're doing well. I do. I had a lot of damage out here, and we hurt each other a lot when we could be helping each other. But like you said, I think we're, generally speaking, man, is more good. That's our nature. We're inclined to do those shit. So, I had confidence.
There is a lot of atrocities happening in the world that right now we cannot control. But the better we all make all our worlds, the better the whole world responds in kind. And so as everybody's their own world gets better, it's only natural that the world around us will feel that energy, and it hopes to stop the shitty of the shit from ever happening again.
Praise God.
Absolutely. Hey, I want to, if I may, I'd like to jump in here because Lindsay, you are right. Chuck, referring to our friend Chuck in Tennessee, he has a huge heart. I know that, and
oh no, Cynthia.
there, and he's sweet and funny and sarcastic. And it was asked earlier if I can, if I love Chuck, and the honest truth is, I do. I genuinely do.
Good question. Whoever asked that. Very good.
You know, and there's no buts about it. I do care about him.
He's the greatest cat in the world to me. But you know the thing, when he thinks I'm being an idiot or gives a low perception of me, he's entitled to it. I'm probably gonna laugh and it's gonna go. I'm not gonna take it to heart. That's why you can't communicate. Chuck can't stop criticizing and it gets you angry. If it didn't get you angry, you'd crack the fuck up at that dude. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad you said that, Joe, because I've noticed he started doing that to me here lately. And at first I was like, do we have a problem?
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem, bro? Let's fight, let's thug it out. And he was like, no. And then I just started looking back, and that's just him. He likes to keep track of everything. Like the way I have pens and notebooks, they're all in his head. And at any moment he pulls them out and be like,
yes, and he'll use them off topic. He'll throw it in the conversation. They got nothing to do with nothing because he's mad at you from 3 nights ago.
Yeah. But then if you grab him and that's who he is, wait for him to throw you one and then see if you can build content off of it. That's how I started maneuvering around. That's how, like, you have to play with them like that.
But
playful content, not angry shit, not angry.
Yeah, you have to like.
And here's a good example of sometimes people rub each other the wrong way, but it doesn't mean that we can't coexist together, right? So even like with the lesson with you and Bex, maybe you will never ever be best friends, but at least if we can somehow coexist together in the same community without just assuming the worst, and then people can repent and do better. I think that's kind of part of the teachings, is that people should be allowed to do better from
to do their
any
journey.
previous.
They're on a journey. Sure. Give them room on their journey. Calm down and give them room. I need to remember that with you, Jack, because I know I get on you about the anger shit. I'm going to tell myself next time I try to correct you. It's his journey, Joe. Calm your ass down.
Yeah, definitely there's a journey. We are all on our journey. We can definitely coexist. But again, what comes from your mouth comes from your heart. And in this moment, like doing whatever you were doing, even regardless of what it was or what it meant, that's not the issue. That was a bad intention. That wasn't, hey, let's help her channel grow. I want to see her be successful.
How'd you know she was in how'd you know she was in what's his name? Paul's chat?
Oh, because Tarek kept coming over here saying, Paul's restreaming your live. Paul's restreaming your live. So I popped over there because I got 2 screens now because I feel like I'm a boss. So I have different things going because I'm still watching that guy from the 50-hour marathon.
I think that she had a point. If it was, and her being in 2 chats saying 2 different things, you called her out on it. She accepted it, and she said that, I noticed you're over there too.
Yeah, I sure was. Because Tarek came and started saying, "Hey, Bex has just come from Paul's. Beware." And so Tarek's giving us the play from in the chat.
Yes, and then you thought you'd jump in there and play.
I was like just monitoring the chat, just monitoring.
Yes. You had your reasons, but you're over there playing flying monkey, bringing that shit over here. Had you not been over there,
I was over there playing flying monkey. Had I not no. I'm only looking at the chat.
And then you brought it over here. You didn't keep quiet about
I sure
it.
did.
You brought it over here, disrupted the show for a while. Jack got mad.
Yeah, because it was happening in real time. It was happening.
My point is merely that
The contradiction was happening in real time.
Yeah, I'm sure you got your reasons, but yes, you was over there in some mess and being nosy on some shit, and you brought that shit over here.
Let me offer something different. What I saw is Cynthia cares. Cynthia cares a lot about me and my success.
Yeah.
That's not something different. I know
she's
Cynthia
kind of a
cares.
mama bear thing. She's got a mama instinct to her that wants to protect and wants to look out. So,
I get it. I get that, and it doesn't change the fact that she'll learn. If you don't like the drama, stay the fuck away from there. That's what it is. All on you.
Who said I didn't like the drama? I think I'm just being really good. What are we talking about right now?
Okay, well, don't be fucking criticizing
like,
Bex
drama. This was conversation.
Don't criticize Bex when she trolls your ass in. Remember what you said. I like the drama.
What I haven't criticized her. I just told y'all she was saying something to me and I completely ignored her. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have even understood the importance of not feeding that energy. I can't be mad at this.
Cynthia, can I say something real quick? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say something real quick. So I think Cynthia is a great person, and I think also Bex means well. But here's the thing about curses. If Bex did make a curse, it's not Cynthia, because curses don't go away like that. You have to do something to take them away. So
nonsense.
I do agree with Cynthia if Bex did it.
Okay, so I'm gonna just give y'all a little glimpse into my life. There is no less than 3 men who are spiritual, who are pastors, who I cannot call in a moment's notice to A, pray with me, to B, say, hey, I need to show up and you need to come lay hands on me.
You ain't got nobody you can call who actually knows something about God?
That's what I just said. And
I'm sorry, I thought you said
this other person that's kind of come into realm, he started just randomly saying things to me one day. There were things that I did have questions about, and they were talking about the spiritual world. And so he definitely gave me insight, as well as I also think Angeline is another one that
I'd be quick to trust the last two more than the pastor.
And just remember that
you can't say that, Joe. You can't say that based on his job.
Pastors has a low IQ.
I know, but he's not my pastor. He's a pastor.
If he's a pastor, he has a low IQ. He's bought into a bunch of nonsense and he's teaching a bunch of bullshit. If he's a pastor, he's not that bright through the gate.
Think that. No, I don't agree. Right, Jack? I'm doing it too. What is happening right here? He's somebody I believe in. And when you're walking this journey, in the spiritual journey, you have to have people walk it with you. No, Steve, I don't believe in curses. I believe in the fact that when people throw them on you, they don't have good intentions for you, and you should stay away from them. It's nothing to do with the curse.
Let me say the pastor. Let me clear it up a little bit.
Yeah, clean up my friend. You're going to clean up my buddy. That's for shit show right now. You're not talking on my homie that's helping me.
I might not make this any better. I'm sure he's good and he can help him. And he'd help me as well. I'm sure.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, any pastor, because just knowing the Bible, they're gonna help. They can be of so and so. But I still say they would have a limited intelligence, intellect, or courage, or something like that, because they haven't examined a bunch of obvious shit that they should examine. Either they're not too bright or they're afraid. Council of Nicaea type shit. But the second part, I don't want to. Shit, I forgot the second part, which was the. Like a flat earther. They can only help you so much because they only have a certain intellect that they can't grasp simple concepts. I can't expect much from a flat earther. He can be there to help me, whatever. I'm crying on his shoulder, I got a flat tire or something, but I don't expect certain things because he can't grasp certain concepts.
Come on, Joe. You're a flat earther at heart. So, and what I wanted to say about like the curses and stuff. So you can have like this voodoo witch doctor that put the exact same curses on two people. One person that's afraid, one
Yes,
person is, scared.
it's
They're probably
logical.
going to get affected by that curse as the other person that gives two fucks. I'm protected. You
I
can't do
swear, I
shit,
think you're
and it
right,
will
Jesse.
not affect them.
I
Right.
think you're
So
right.
it all depends on you, how you allow that. And the other thing I wanted to say about that curse, about the trolling thing, when someone is deeply rooted into their faith, biblically and stuff, a way to troll somebody would be like put this curse on. So I personally, intuitively, don't feel that there wasn't any realness to it. It was more troll, but that's for you to figure out.
Did you see the curse, Jesse? You saw what she's
No,
talking about?
no,
Oh,
no. But
I've never I never talk about it. And I will tell you, okay, so that day it happened, right? And so like these thoughts were coming in, and then I like immediately like went to the Lord in prayer, because like I'm like,
soft,
you know what I
yo,
mean?
you
Like, yeah.
soft.
And so the chaos immediately became calm, but I understood that the chaos was coming from different. Okay, like I understood it wasn't my
Keep
chaos;
it.
it was coming at me. And so, but
Yes.
I immediately went into what I do. Okay, and then all of a sudden everything became. But then I had this this airiness about me, and I decided to go live. And when I went live, what?
I'm
So,
sorry.
what's your girlfriend saying? Pay attention.
She came in with some food.
Okay. And so I immediately go live, and then Angeline pops up, and she starts saying things to me that kind of related to what I was going through. And I didn't want to talk, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening right now. But I'm just going with the moment right now. But she was like there that quick. It was weird, because she had never really popped into my live like that.
Shit, yeah.
And then she started talking. She's like, well, I'm not going to tell y'all what she said, but she started saying stuff. And I started thinking, oh shit, she can see what I just went through.
The same way the devil used shitty people to ruin your day. He works
Right.
with me, Jesse, and Jack to help. And I hope we might not be aware that we're being a vessel at that moment. But the good guys be like, I'm gonna send Joe on it. He over there getting high. That nigga ain't doing shit no way.
Right. And so when she stayed with me throughout the chat, and she kept saying, and I kept saying, hey, I don't know what's going on. You won't believe what's happening, but whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And so I ended up doing a live, and then I ended up going live over on Flows, and I was like in the zone. Like I was in the zone that day. Like I was in the zone. And even Flo was like, I don't know what zone you bag this is, but this is the bag you need to be in. And I was like,
that's that
and
vibration.
that happened without Angeline. And that's when I understood this was something different happening.
Yep. Cynthia, but you're right. All you gotta do is protect your circle, pray to God.
Yeah.
I don't believe, just my opinion, I don't believe Bex, like, if she'd put a curse on you, I think she has a good heart. If she's
probably
emotional,
trolling. That's what I'm thinking.
maybe she's trolling.
My form of trolling ain't the same.
Anybody in chat see the curse? Was Bex trolling? If anyone saw the curse,
I know.
was
I'm not
Bex trolling?
Okay, so hear me out. I'm not saying maybe she wasn't trolling Cynthia. I'm saying in terms of the curse, I have seen it done on people. It's real. Don't think it's not.
I don't think it is, man. I think it's like the rest of that devil Illuminati shit.
All you want.
I think you got to agree. I think you got to agree with the devil to give him any power over you. I'm a firm believer in that shit.
Yes. No, here's how it works, Joe. You don't have to agree with the devil. If you're fooled and say you're in a life that's full of sometimes devil and sinless things, then that curse will hit you. Now, if you are always with God, it will not hit you as long as your circle is good.
I'll go for that.
Yeah. But if you're making mistakes and sinning here and there, drinking, drugs and stuff like that, that curse will be applied on you, no problem. But I truly don't believe Bex would do that. I think she has a great heart. Sometimes she does get emotional. She does troll. That's her thing. That's all I can say about that.
Trying to see if
Jack,
anybody.
what do you think?
He's in chat. Well, who is Raccoon? I don't know. They
I
have
don't
some
know. He's from Paul's monkey.
No,
Is
it? Someone dealing with darkness right now, and unfortunately,
he let you laugh.
No, okay, now we can see. I was hoping you'd open that door so I could walk through that door, Jack, because you're part of that little journey too. Because there was that whole situation where I came up and I told Jack I'm not going to defend you anymore and he had asked me not to defend him. And I got to tell you, like a lot of those came when I was so close to Jack, like when I was like, whatever happens, whatever, I'm in the way. Like you're going for Jack, I'm coming. You got to come through me first. And when he said that, I was kind of like, what the fuck? Who doesn't want my love? Who doesn't want my protection? Right. And then he said, I'm doing this. And he's like, I'm doing this to protect you. And you don't understand it yet. And then 2 days later, that's when all that happened. I said, shit, that's what he was talking about. So we sit up here and we make fun of Jack for what he's going through, but I don't know.
I think you do that shit. I don't do that shit.
No, not saying us in the sense we make fun of Jack. We all know the people that make fun of Jack. We all know that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
His downfall is something to make fun of and something to laugh at. We know who does that, but y'all don't understand what people really go through.
You help remind me of that, Cynthia. You have, through your experience, you've developed your insight, and you've shown me an example of compassion that has been good for me to learn from.
Absolutely.
So, which is maybe why I'm disappointed in the fact that I saw a lack of understanding or a lack of.
I get that. I do get that. But we do
Jack, I was with you until you made that last point. I was agreeing with you that Cynthia was in the wrong. She wasn't open for so-and-so. And then she made her point that the energy was just different, blah, blah. And after what you said, I was still in my head against it. And you sold me on Cynthia's correct, which is why I didn't say nothing about it. So,
we're all.
I'm trying to survive in 2024 as
somebody's daughter.
Yeah, I'm just trying to survive.
Hey, 2020. Sorry to interrupt. 2024. It's not just a year of survival for us. No, baby, we are gonna thrive. Go ahead.
It's so much in 2024. Like we're being pushed to new limits that we've never been pushed to as a society, as individuals, as so much. I'm just trying to survive, and that's why you have to pick and choose what you're going to put your energy into. And if something's just not healthy because you have in this game, you have to be mentally strong, physically strong. And I don't mean physically, like you have to feed your body well. You have to make sure your body's nourished, your spirit's nourished, your emotionals are in balance.
Wholeness. We've got to find our wholeness, our completeness, our health.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, what I found the best for me, starting in the mind. If you can clear your mind, right? Clear your mind of the clutter, of the debris, the chaos of the past. And if you clear your mind, you can consciously, intentionally fill yourself. Fill yourself with gratitude, with appreciation, with hope, right? With love. That's what I practice for myself, at least.
It beats the other thing, right? It beats the being depressed and angry and short-tempered and all of that. It beats that shit enormously.
Yeah, that's not going to help you get through this game of life. That's going to hold you back more. So why do you want to put anything into your life that's going to cause that agitation on a consistent basis?
Yes, actually, I do. Actually, I do as a test so I can better myself. I do. People who agitate, I put up with a lot of shit from people. I mean, crazy shit. The motherfucker can go live and dox me and call me all sorts of shitty names and call me, and I'll pick up the phone and have a conversation, be calm, and blah blah blah. When I don't know, but I put up with a lot of shit, negative shit from motherfuckers, man, because I think it betters me and it betters them. I don't cut niggas off. It's not something I do, man. If it do, it's temporarily.
That is one trait about me that a lot of people have the biggest issue with. And it's in my real life as well as I'm starting to see in metaverse life. People don't understand how I'm very quick to just cut things off. I've always said I can cut anybody off in 30 seconds. I've done it several times.
It's not nothing to be proud of, bro.
That people say that to me, but it's also a defense mechanism, and it's been a survival mechanism.
Very good.
And if it's worked for me, and I've managed to maintain a lot of the chaos away from me.
Yes.
I'm not. Why am I switching it?
My ass. Switch up.
Why am I? No, y'all
Fuck
tripping.
That. Switch up.
Nah, y'all tripping.
No, I agree with Cynthia, Joe. If you feel that negative energy, why have somebody around you? Period.
Because that person is negative. Obviously, that person needs your help right now. Needs a positive motherfucker, a really good, talented fuck, because that person doesn't have it, his energy set at all. So he needs you more than ever at this point.
No problem. I agree with you, Joe. Say that person needs you. How long do you stay there until you move on?
It don't bother me, man, as long as he ain't physically hurting me, taking money out my pocket and shit. I don't give a fuck what he doing, how he's acting out. I'm used to it. Motherfucker call me names, threaten my grandchildren. And motherfucker, that shit don't move me. You know, fuck that. You know, you got to do harder. You got to physically do something. You got to do better than that. I'm not, that shit don't chase me away. I got all sorts of narcissists still in my fucking life that I put up with.
Daisy's got a good point. You can't help somebody that can't be helped. I mean, doesn't want to be helped. I mean, that makes sense to me too. Like, my circle is very small. I don't have many people around me that I don't trust, that I feel any kind of vibe, any spiritual energy.
Everybody's different. You play everybody different, right? You gotta cut nobody off unless they're literally hurting you. Then get out of there.
So what do you mean hurting? Does it have to be physically or emotionally?
I mean, even if it could be emotionally, but I think most of you cats are way too soft. I don't even want to say emotionally, because anything emotionally becomes a reason to cut it off. He yelled at me. She yelled. She's got a temper. Blah blah blah. Everybody's fucking broken. If you're gonna be there to help someone, you're gonna have to get through that nonsense, all they fucking trauma and baggage of their childhood. If you're gonna be there to help them, you gotta listen to a bunch of bullshit, get yelled at. Everybody I ever helped, I brought them fucking kicking and drug them, screaming and kicking. No one fucking comes willingly.
Hey, Joe, I agree. Let me not to take it from the panel again, but you know, there's no amount of love Jack can show me that would change anything about anything. You want to bet? Give me a chance. You got my number, Raccoon City Public Service. If you're not comfortable coming up on panel, give me a call. And if I'm wrong...
Hey, Raccoon, would you be interested in this? Jack's a friend. Would you be interested in a private backstage? Me and Jack, I'd rap with you too. You don't have to show your face and all of that shit. Set it up with him. And you know, I certainly think, motherfucker, if you're a Resident Evil fan, nigga, I'm down to try to do whatever, bro.
Beautiful.
Joe, all I can say is a lot of Paul's monkeys don't show their faces usually, most of them.
Yeah, no, I don't acknowledge motherfuckers who don't reveal themselves, show their faces. I don't even say hi to them in the chat, that type of shit. I think it's hilarious that some man would come here and think he's strong and talk to me face to face, and tell me how great he is, how weak I am, and then that nigga goes like abroad and his real thoughts he has to come up with a so-and-so because he's not man enough to say it. Right? I don't acknowledge them niggas. Fuck that. You're weak. You know, if you genuine socks, I know motherfuckers I've been knowing for years as a sock. But that's them, and that's them. I don't know what they look like or anything. But that's different from motherfuckers who stand in your face and say something, then get a sock and say what he meant. It's not a man. I don't acknowledge that shit.
Hold on just a moment. I mean, if Raccoon won't come up here and have a conversation, but here, let me cry love, love, love when I have absolutely no reason to believe in it. Do you have any reason to believe in yourself, Raccoon City Public Service?
The earth is still flat, bro.
What?
Jack, these people, I guarantee you it's either pineal, gay Christos, One of these guys, they all have sock accounts for Paul. That's what they are. That's why they don't show their face.
I don't think that is this case. I've seen.
Oh, he's not him. Okay, well, maybe he's somebody that we don't know.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Raccoon?
Yes.
Yeah, who's Raccoon? Do you know?
Yeah, Raccoon's not part of the cult. I don't believe. Raccoon is a panhandler.
Did you cut that off?
This is the most useless mother. I didn't even know that we were talking about this. I'm glad that I came in at the right time. The Lord was guiding me.
Yeah, I'm glad.
So this dude, the first time I ever met him, I was on Jeff's panel. We were talking. Well, I was at a job somewhere, but he's given this line like he's considering deleting himself if only he, and so basically he wanted some money to get a cigar. He didn't have any money. But okay, I sent the dude $15. I know I'm probably getting played, but whatever. I got money. He's got a sob story, and so I send this dude $15. The next day, I get a Cash App request from him. But then he deletes it, right? I don't respond. And so about 15 minutes later, he deletes it. Like he could play it off like an accident or something. A few days later, I get another request. And he deletes it. Then I get another request. And this dude keeps asking for fucking money through Cash App. So I sent a request to him for $20. He deleted it. Sent him another one. Anyways, he ended up blocking me on Cash App after using one toehold to continue to exploit. He runs around here crying about his hard fucking life, asking people for money. It's shameless, bro. This guy is anybody who threatens to self-delete for money. I encourage you. You get what I encourage. Somebody's making noise with their.
Yeah, there's noise
Scott,
coming
that's
in.
Scott.
Is that you, Scott?
Scott, go away. You got to kick
you.
him out because he'll try
It
to
is
talk
you,
his
Scott.
problems through with you. You'll be like, Scott, you're blowing everybody's ears up, and he'll like try to discuss it with you. Yeah, fuck you, Scott. Have some self-awareness.
Whoa, Flo. Hey, Flo, I came over here to try to spread the joy of the 50-hour countdown, but
Jack doesn't care about that, huh?
Oh, we didn't even get to it. I mean, I think we mentioned it. It was mentioned, but we didn't get into detail.
It was insane. It was insane.
A lot of action. A lot of action, Flo. You missed.
Well, I saw the action on Flows too. The 50-hour. That's pretty wild.
Man, I'm amazed with that dude.
And he was going to eat pierogies. Did you not fall out of your chair laughing when he said that?
I thought Cage was down there.
Me too. I was like, what? That's all he was talking about. That was going to be his victory dinner, fried pierogies.
Raccoon, I wish you would stop being a burden on everybody around you.
Oh, God, this guy, Raccoon.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes people get into these ruts, and I tried asking earlier, is this become a habit? The negativity.
He'll probably never get out of the rut, though, so he might as well just.
The thing is, though, is the moment he does, if he allows it, if he allows himself to get out of the rut, the moment he does, he's done. He'll never be in the rut again.
Jack, I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is your show. You can. I'm gonna mute up. You're wrong, and you're wrong, and you're optimistic to a fault.
Maybe
you haven't muted up yet.
Hey,
it's his best fucking trait.
I do appreciate your experience though with Raccoon. It's interesting, and some people. I mean, I used to work with people like that at the Postal Service. Holy crap! As a union rep. I get to deal with all the people who need attention, and they can find all sorts of problems, all sorts
Jack,
of negativity.
The other day, when I don't remember where it was, I saw him again. He was in someone else's chat talking about being depressed and kind of feeling self-deleting again and how he wanted a cigar. Anybody who's willing to hold himself ransom for sympathetic people like that, I mean, they're a net negative on society. The rest of us hate them. They're nothing but a burden. They should make good on what they're thinking.
I don't hate them.
And smoke a cigar.
Whoa, Flo. Whoa. We know. Flo is no longer in charge of public relations or
I missed all of that. I missed it all.
Whoever put me in
Flo
charge
is
of public
no
relations fucked up in the
longer
first place.
in the public relations department. We're moving you, Flo, to security.
Yeah, no, get me out of there. That's not my
Keep
job.
the fuck away from HR too.
Yeah. Flo's not going to HR.
Good
I'm in
thing Jesse
HR.
is here to cover up with the love and vibes and
Jesse has that.
Jesse,
vibration.
we
I
were
say that
looking
too
for
much.
you all weekend to go over to this guy's panel and send him all of your good love.
Yeah. Jesse been going live. I done caught him a couple times lately.
Oh yeah. No, he was on the interviews. We're talking about the guy that was doing the 50-hour rap.
Am I crazy, Jesse? Did I see somebody interviewing you? I think I fell asleep when you were being interviewed.
Yeah, so yesterday I got interviewed by Barrett out of Bulgaria. He's a landowner there that wants us to come there and help him with his land and won't have to pay a bill, there's abundance of land and stuff. So he's got a little show. He's been a supporter watching what we've been doing for a few years now. Sends us packages, boxes of honeys and herbs and all kinds of really cool stuff. So
Jesse, be careful not to get Andrew Tated. I'm just saying.
Over there.
So we're he interviewed me yesterday, and then today I got interviewed by David the Indian, and he had mentioned that Jack was interviewed by him or whatever not too long ago. And so I thought that was awesome how just the world seems to get smaller and smaller. The more links and the more we connect with people around the world. That's why anybody can say what they say about technology, but it really has elevated human consciousness and connection in many different ways, even though it's disconnected people in other.
Yeah, I'm
Jesse, did you
ambivalent
talk to any of them about Baba Vanga?
I don't know what that is, Scott.
Baba Vanga's Bulgarian. She was like a fortune teller that's come up with a lot of shit that's been right on target.
No such thing.
Look into Baba Vanga.
Yeah.
There's some wild shit out there.
I don't believe it. I gotta look up Baba.
Blind lady that can't blind and fucking literally like Nostradamus of our time from Bulgaria.
Can someone? I had to spell it for me.
Yeah,
Babvanga.
Joe, do you believe in spirits at all? Joe, do you believe in spirits at all, or no? I'm just wondering.
I do, yeah. I believe that the same way bad spirits influence people. I think good spirits influence people.
All right, cool. That's all. Okay.
Can you spell that again, Scott?
I think it's Baba.
Yeah.
Then a separate word, Vanga, Vanga.
Okay. Yeah, it popped up. Mystic healer.
Some wild shit right there, Joe. Enjoy.
Yeah. She's an interesting story. Hey, along these lines, I don't remember what you said that it reminded me. The holy. I've mentioned that I have been. I've been watching these stories about these saints. It's from this channel here, Trisagion. I had to look that word up too.
What does that word mean?
Thrice holy. It's a Greek phrase that means thrice holy. God is described as holy in three different qualities.
I guess it'd be three holies. Which one do we? What is it? The tri representing the Trinity?
I guess people overcomplicate it. What I get is it's this. What this channel talks about though is saints of the past, right? People who have devoted themselves to the philosophy and trying to understand the Creator. I find it inspiring for myself, right? And because there's a divine aspect to us all. There's a holiness from within us that we can shine. And this is what we're here to do. We are here to grow in the good, to grow in our knowing of God's good, and then to be the living truth of today, authentically and honestly and generously, being ourselves.
We are children. You'd agree?
We what?
We are children. Would you agree?
Until we die.
Yes, I would think so. Yes. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I hate when someone thinks they got it so right and gets so confident and shit goes. I mean, like, you clearly don't understand how far off base the human race as a whole is. We know nothing. We are emotional children.
We are, and we overcomplicate it though. This is what's humbling, and it truly is. Well, it truly is humbling. Humility actually creates a freedom, because when we humble ourselves to the truth that we are all God's children, and we're
even
here
the bad ones, even the ones that Cynthia keep throwing away.
I
God's
don't
kids.
agree with that.
Even them. I agree, Joe.
My turn, Joe. I think we are all God's creations, Joe, but not everybody wants to be his child.
Jesse, now I'm interested. Is Jesse? Fuck, he's not even up here. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Jesse,
Oh, yeah, he is.
are we all God's children, even the ones that people don't want to hang around?
Jesse might be
frozen.
He might be frozen. Yeah.
I know I just popped out, so I didn't hear that. I just had to text Angeline that I'm here in her city now. But I feel that, the Christ is in everyone's heart, whether they accept it, acknowledge it or not.
It's logical.
Some people can choose to go to the dark side, but it doesn't mean that Christ isn't still in their heart and they can redeem themselves at any time.
It's logical to me.
Yeah. But also, Joe, it's
better
also
than I
in the
would have been able
Bible
to say
and
it.
in the Joe, just to let you know about curses, it's mentioned in the Bible and in the Quran. To watch out for the people that speak in double language and whisper.
Joe, you don't believe you can be cursed?
We go, Tarek.
Not unless I okay it. I don't believe the devil has any authority over me that I don't.
I agree with
if
you.
you don't,
No.
hold on, Tarek. If you don't object to it, then you consent to it. It's by tacit acquiescence. You're now.
Hold on, before we get into the stupidity, why does Meta think that Jack needs to end the stream, and why would Meta think that his own feeling of completeness isn't the sign for him to go the fuck away?
I pulled my cock
The
out. He's
Magi,
worried
Meta, the
Jack is
Magi.
going to get his channel taken down.
Tell him to kick rocks.
I don't think Meta's a Magi.
I didn't mean to disrupt whatever you were getting into, Scott.
Yes,
It
you
sounds
did.
like he was about to say some silly shit.
Meta made me lose my train of thought.
Yeah, no, I
apologize.
got to sit, man.
No, you're talking about curses and talking about double language and tongue and whispering. And you said,
Words are curses. I mean, our entire language is meant to subvert our understanding or our knowledge about what's actually going on.
Of course.
We're in an entire sea of commerce. Everything is contract, and y'all think there's law. It's fucking not true.
Wait, let me interrupt you, Scott, before people think you're acting crazy. These things, these words they use may be curses, and they are effective because we agree with him. He has a point. If that is his point, he's got a fucking
100%. 100%.
Fuck you, Scott. I said I didn't believe in curses. Now apparently I do.
See,
yes, you do.
See, the problem is that we haven't been around the 6,000 years that the words have been around. Okay, so now they've come up with really interesting ways of taking these words, moving them around, moving them together, and then subrogating our intended meanings for whatever they want to fucking hear. So we're talking babble, and they're making up stuff, and then we go in as a surety to a fucking security held in a penitentiary that's literally for a penal sum that you're being held as a stock or stored as a stock until it's paid. It's such a bullshit system.
I think we should change it. I think we should find out who's involved and who might be willing, and we could find a way to change it.
Well, I think there's a problem with that, Jack. We've become accustomed to a certain standard of living. And let's say we cut out the war on drugs. We got to cut out a lot of jobs.
Yes.
Right. Let's say we stopped all these loopholes that big businesses use. We got to cut out a lot of jobs. And people want to pay whatever, $3 for gas. I don't know where it is where you cats are. They're used to it. If it goes up a fucking dollar, that person's the devil. Don't matter what good they did in their lives.
What, this is purely hypothetical and out of fucking complete left field, but what if the half of the population that's not waking up, that just doesn't want to see things the way they are for what they are, and they want to continue with this, well, for all intents and purposes, beast system? Is it possible that somewhere along the lines that they were already affected, afflicted, or maybe infected, or injected with some other worldly stupidity, or I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but unfortunately it seems like I am, that they can't see it, so they don't have that inner dialogue. Somehow something along the way has kept them away from seeing something of
outside of the normal indoctrination, Scott.
Correct. Something internal, something innate that's part of their DNA that doesn't allow them onto this side of the fence.
All right. The first thing that popped in my head was God hardening Pharaoh's heart, and he's done it to other people. So, I'd have to go down that line of thinking about
it's possible. Look at that.
And there is some spells. There's spells in the spelling. There's the pharmaceutical spells. There's the mass indoctrination spell. So there are spells that can't be broken. I can never discount or discredit anyone, especially because I have actual family members that are still under those spells. So I will never say that they can't, they were not supposed to, they'll never wake up. I will always have hope in my heart that one day they'll see, that this was a spell, or the curse or spell will be lifted.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, Jesse. In most cases, I'm okay with it, even if a person don't wake up. I'm okay with God. I know they're on their journey and blah, blah. And I feel like I've done my part as long as I'm trying and, keep coming back and trying. If that person don't wake up, I don't know how sad I am for them. I got a lot of faith in God.
I don't want to go.
But you'll never stop trying.
I don't want to go too far into this, but used to work at a little store my buddy owned called the Quick and Easy, a drive-through, and apartments next door where his sister-in-law used to hang out. Literally, there was a little witch's coven, and this girl got some kind of fucking spell put on her. She walked straight out the front of this store, out into traffic, and we literally thought a fucking dump truck hit her. I mean, she missed it not by more than inches of getting run over by a fucking dump truck, and kept walking like fucking nothing happened straight across the goddamn street. And
How do you know it wasn't Ambien?
They put, what's that?
How do you know it wasn't Ambien?
They put her
Ambien.
after this. There was some short circuit going on, and that was what it had come from for all intents and purposes, as far as I know.
All right. Hey, can we come back to, I don't know, kind of to
bring us home.
I was pressing Cage earlier, asking him to show relevance with his stories and stuff. And
Press Joe, it's his fault.
No, it's no one's fault. It's just what is our purpose for our time? That's
clothes is peanut butter and jelly.
Get us back on track, Jack.
Well, the idea is finding
I was hoping
whole,
you hopped up here, man. I saw you in chat.
Holy,
hey,
complete.
Joe.
And actually, you know what? I'm getting uptight, and I'm sorry. I just realized that. I'm seeing myself. I'm getting
because the week's getting
you know what?
You're doing fine, Jack. Where are we going?
It's Sunday fellowship. Let me back off and allow
Let's
it.
say what Sarah. Maybe she can.
Welcome, Sarah. Tell us where we're going. You're driving.
Yeah, drive the car, Sarah.
Welcome.
Oh fuck, she's a woman. You can't let her drive.
Oh shit!
Come on, Joe.
I can drive just fine. In fact, I can drive really well. I pulled a fucking catamaran behind a fucking.
Just no hard braking and fucking jackrabbit starts, okay?
If a mailbox falls in the driveway, did anybody hit it?
If a woman wasn't there to see it, did it happen?
If there's no ring doorbell, no.
You know what's funny is I have seen 2 mailboxes fucking torn the fuck up by a vehicle, and both of them were men.
Both dudes.
So, one of them was a first or second date with a girlfriend, and she has it on camera. And he backed out, came out, ran over the fucking mailbox, pulled up, picked up all the little pieces, put it on her fucking doorstep, and bolted, and she never heard from him again.
Yeah, she probably pissed him off, did something to him.
No, she has a funky driveway, so it's hard to see, and he just ran right over it. Just took it out.
Sarah, do you hear any things we're talking about? I saw you talking about your awakening, and I saw you, which is why I was glad to see you hopped up here. I think you said that you believe there's an exponential awakening occurring right now, and I'd asked 2 or 3 people that question earlier, and you would agree with that. There is an awakening, and you called it exponential.
Yeah, it's been happening for years, but as we've been progressing, it's expanding more and more, and you're seeing as all this darkness is being revealed, more and more people are waking up, more and more people are coming into the light.
Sarah, is it outside of the technological advances? Can I attribute all of that to everyone has the internet now, or is it something
I think
more?
that's a factor, but it's not the whole thing for sure.
Very good. Okay, that's what I'm asking.
I was glad to see your comment down there. It's interesting because I think it's sort of hubristic and illogical of people to think that everybody's been under spell for however long we can think back, and now the Great Awakening, this phrase that we all magically know, that was outside of their control. We did that on our own now, like we're out from under the.
Are you saying that we only go as far as they let us? That sucks.
Or where they want us to
Mr. Pessimist.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We only having this awakening because they're allowing it. You better be wrong.
That part of the awakening is part of the false prophet system. It came out of the QAnon shit, and that is an orchestrated disclosure of information, and that is part of Dark's plan. They are purposely telling you that information. That is not God's awakening.
What is have you seen the debt clock?
Nonsense.
The debt clock, that's at like $34 fucking trillion.
No. With all the pictures they're saying about money and shit like that,
I showed it on my stream. She knows that she's well aware of it. Yeah.
There's a ton of memes or whatever you want to call them. Fucking,
you're a meme.
You're a meme. I got your meme right here.
You are actually a meme, though.
Hey, I heard your first name was Bob. Bob on this.
Are you guys having a tip today?
No, I love Flow State. He's just, I don't know why he's kicking me, but I'll
it's
kick
because
back.
Sometimes we're having a good conversation, then Scott barges in with some
I was
nonsense.
wondering how he was going to tie that to the current conversation.
I forgot what we were
today
going.
day 2 before your period?
Jack's shaking his head like, see, y'all know what I feel now. See, now y'all know.
I lost complete control
of your bowels.
Oh, again? God damn it.
Jack, how do you feel about this fellowship that's going on? A whole panel of people coming and hanging out with you on a Sunday.
We love you, Jack. Could you put yourself in the middle so we can give you a group hug since Flo loves those? Come on, Jack. Get down here.
I was just about to pee on Jesse, though.
He wants to grab your cock, Jack. Don't trust her.
Is it Hobbs? Or what's the other one that pees?
Calvin.
Which one actually pees on the other one?
I don't remember, but
Calvin's the boy, right?
The boy pees. The tiger doesn't pee.
Yeah.
But this man is pissing fire.
Same thing.
That does not sound comfortable.
I saw a guy today on YouTube say, you know how I can tell a trans woman from a regular woman by the way they dress. Regular women don't wear condoms.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Funny. Just pocketing that one for later.
Yeah, I just pulled it out for this occasion.
Hey, the question Jesse asked today, Sunday Fellowship, I'm enjoying this. We had conversation earlier about family and such. This is family. Those who join us in the moments, we don't always get to serve our immediate blood family, but we are all family. we're
I'm
all
gonna test you a little bit, Jack. I normally don't give you warning before I do it.
Before Joe
Jack,
starts
we're
taking over
not
the show,
really
I want to
family.
just
This is
compliment you on
just a
moving away from We Are
metaverse. You
One into
don't
We Are
even
Family.
know
That's a
these
huge.
people.
Okay, he can't be stopped.
What the fuck is Taylor saying? Tyler?
I was trying to
Who's
talk
this
over
guy in the
him. I
middle?
wanted to
Drop
test
him.
Jack out. Jack, these are not your family. You don't even know these guys, man. These are not your family.
Joe's gonna let you borrow money though, Jack. You're fine.
How do you think
Joe's
about that,
fam.
Jack?
They are family. This is family. I mean, it's as dysfunctional as the family I was given.
Certainly
So
seems like
why
that.
not?
Cynthia should be up in the corner breaking out with "We Are Family."
Y'all
Cynthia,
over here fighting for like you got to cut people loose, and y'all
We
are
love
like
each
telling
other.
me-
Yeah,
We love
right.
each other.
y'all are telling me to keep them in the car, and I'm putting them on the side of the road.
Cynthia, the big sister that still watches CNN.
It is sort of like a family though, because we're all sitting around talking over each other and arguing and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If there was food on the table, we'd be grabbing at it each.
It would be gone because you're here.
You know the truth.
Oh,
Thank
geez.
God. Look.
You know, I was talking to my parents before I came on here. Today is their 57th wedding anniversary. So
Holy shit! Congratulations
Holy
to them. Fantastic. That's a fucking remarkable feat.
yeah, there's not many. They've been married. They're high school sweethearts. So.
How old were you
Joe.
when you were born?
Are they
They were
happy?
37 when I was born, but I'm one of 9. So they were.
You were
my
the
mom
last
was
one.
20 when she had her first baby. She had kids for 21 years. Like every other year, she had a child. So.
Holy
Good question, Jack. Are they still happy, Sarah?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say the same.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They went. My dad sent me pics of them going to brunch this morning.
Wow.
That's awesome.
She said
You
it's
don't
still
have family reunions anymore. You have like football rivalries.
Say what?
Nothing. Never mind.
When we have family reunions,
family.
we usually do play kickball.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You have enough people to fucking
That's
house
dope.
2 teams.
I like that.
Yep. Or 16-inch softball. We'll play.
Awesome.
I thought that, yeah.
Are they're all in Kansas area?
That's usually for our reunion. So that's more over in like Independence, Missouri. That's
Hell yeah, that's where I was born.
That's where my uncle's at.
Great ghetto.
That's why the Ku
He
Klux
doesn't live in
Klan
the
came
ghetto.
from,
He's
right?
got like an acre of land.
Ain't that where the Ku Klux
Next time,
Ain't
if
that
you
where the
need
Ku
another
Klux
player
Klan started?
on the kickball team for your family reunion, holler at your boy. I love kickball. I don't have opportunities to play it.
Hey, I got a question for you cats. If you could know the day you were gonna die, would you want that person to tell you? Flo says no. And a quick no.
Not interested.
Not interested.
I think maybe.
Somebody would have to. Maybe. Jack is thinking maybe.
I thought for too many years I already knew what I was gonna, before it's like what the fuck? I've passed
Don't
up every
detract
good
that
gift I
motherfucking
had.
conversation, Scott.
I'm just
Like
saying.
if I knew I was gonna
I'm just
die
trying to
next
cut you off
week,
the
I would
pace.
make totally different decisions this week than if I think I'm gonna die in 20 years.
You would spend the week focusing on the date and watching the clock, not living.
No, I wouldn't be fucking doing shit. I'd be like,
I
what
would
do you
rob a
wanna
bank.
do? I wouldn't be worried about having to pay my bills in a month. I'd be like, okay, let's go spend. What do we want to do? What haven't I done?
If you got a
I would
short
not
date.
be fucking looking at the
Rocky
clock.
Mountain.
What if you got a long date? If you got a long date
living it
before you die, how does it change then? If you know you live to be 87 years old, what changes? You take more
Not much,
risks?
because I'm already planning to live old.
You're enabled to procrastinate more on whatever it is you want to do.
That's absolutely true. I got time. I'll be around. I'll stay out of jail for
I see
damn
nothing
sure.
but downside to it. I would never want it.
And who's going to give you the date? Because the medical mafia, doctors, they seem to tell people you got 6 months to live or 1 year to live or 2 years to live. And miraculously, are they that intuitive and psychic that more than not, that person dies around that time? Because, this happens a lot. And now if they didn't give people, I think it should be illegal for them to actually give people a death sentence, because if you feel you're going to die in a year, you build your life around dying in a year, so you die in a year, opposed to fuck that shit, because there's some other people that take that attitude and don't die when the doctor says, but that percentage is small compared to the people that
Jesse,
actually
you
die
sound
when they
like
say
you
that.
sound like you're
I
talking
don't.
about my brother. He's got brain cancer. They gave him 18 months to live, year and a half. And that was, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago.
I've got a guy on death row that killed my grandparents, and this guy's never had a date set. He's been on death row for fucking 20
Yeah,
plus
that's gotta
years.
suck too. That's
That's
usually how it
unbelievable.
goes.
He's
Yeah.
literally 2 death sentences. Ain't a fucking date
Scott,
been
you
set.
want him to die, Scott?
What?
Do you want him to die?
I think he will by nature.
That's not
you
what
know,
the fuck
you know what? I think that, yeah, I mean, of course, I think that his just due is coming. I'd like to discuss some things with him because I do think that the whole situation is way outside of fucking normal.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to witness the
I don't want to
execution?
be rude.
Yeah,
Did you
I am.
answer my question in there? I think you said
He did.
yes.
He did.
You said yes. You do want to see him die.
Yeah, I'm actually allowed to be a witness with a guest.
Did you get a date? That's funny.
I want a date. That's funny. That's funny.
I'll buy the drink.
I probably do. Just simply because it's gonna be fucking, you have no idea. The only time I fucking made any comment, or the guy looked at me right when he was sentenced to two double sentences of murder, of death sentence. He looked straight back at us, and I just mouthed the words, "Pray for yourself." And he looked straight down and just shook his head, and then looked right back at me and went, like, "I will." Never seen this. Well, I've seen him in court
You
since
offered
then.
him a platitude?
Yep, I absolutely did. My grandmother was doing it at the time she was getting stabbed to death, so I figured I would do the same thing that woman was strong enough to do.
I'd have been sitting there. I'd have been like,
dude, I was ready to get up in the middle of this fucking thing, and they posted up 4 fucking guards, bailiffs around me, and my great uncle Jim had his hand on my knee and going, "Scotty, just stay here. Just stay
Scott, it
here,
might not
fine."
be time for this question, but
I'm good. There's no. I don't want this subject.
You don't even know the
matter
question
Jack's. I don't want to derail his whole thing.
Years from now, you're not derailing. If he'll say something, years from now, if you get to that place where you want to be spiritually, do you leave room for that decision to change?
That I want him dead?
Yeah.
I mean,
let me rephrase. When you reach the spiritual guy that you want to be, you still see that guy wanting him dead.
I don't want to kill him myself. I've forgiven him. Society is the rule, the land, the land.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't distance yourself.
It's 20 fucking plus years later. I had to
You don't have the decision. He's asking you a direct question about what you want, and you're talking about society.
Say again, Joe. Excuse me.
I think you went back on your prior statement and said, "I don't want him dead. Society is forgiven."
I mean,
think you're
do I
waffling on that.
Do I have a choice to get in a room with him and take it out myself, or do I want to fucking use someone else by proxy? I don't want to do that. I'd like to see a man to man. If I could stand face to face, he might not make it home.
I'm not sure you answered any fucking questions. The second question was,
are you saying that you don't know the answer to that yet because you'd like to discuss it with him before you make that determination?
Very good.
It's a very, very, very fucked up situation. He's what you call a coda child of deaf adults. Okay. So Tommy was raised by 2 deaf mutes, but could speak and hear. But when he went into the first grade or kindergarten or even preschool, he would have gone in, "Hi, my name is Tommy." So he would have never fit into a speaking hearing world because he was a deaf mute kid. But by the same token, he could have rang the doorbell, stole the car, honking the horn, going down the driveway. Mom and Dad wouldn't have fucking known.
But Scott, everybody has a reason for being a douchebag, right? Everybody's had hard lives. At some point, like, what does it matter if he got picked on at school? Like, who gives a fuck?
It's not even that. I'd like to know what actually happened. I think before that I made a judgment because there's so much bullshit that's gotten in the way of the truth coming out. I'd like to know what those last 5 hours meant, what they were, what my grandmother said.
Do you think that he'll tell you the truth if you got that?
He hopes so. He thinks so, yeah.
I think there might be a chance. I think that, the fact that a lot of circumstances involved in this might push towards that has led me to believe that.
Hey, Scott, I'll tell you a secret. when I told Cynthia earlier, I don't listen to nothing that come out of a person's mouth. When I asked you that question earlier, you paused and then you said after a while, yes, you want him dead. From the pause, I said in my head, he doesn't want him dead. That hasn't changed. You don't. I'm going to tell you outright, you don't want that guy dead.
It's
What if he
not
doesn't
my
want to admit
choice.
it?
I'm a very faithful person, and let vengeance be mine, says the Lord. And I do believe that it will be. And I've seen that work. It is His fucking call. I
Well,
do.
You're
good.
made in God's image. You're your own moral. You have
Don't
your own
put
moral
me in the room
agency.
with them, because then it's not God's decision anymore. That's what I'm saying.
Right now, based off the information, you have to make the call right now about what you want. That's what we're asking. What
Put
do
him
you
in
want?
Sparky. He's got it coming. Jury of his
There you
peers
go.
said
Thank
so
you.
twice. Let's do it. I'll
All
go
right.
watch tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
It's done. We already made the decision. I'm good with it.
Stop backtracking off of the.
That's done. The decision for him to go die is done. I want that fucking carried out.
Right,
All
do
the
this.
bullshit.
Do yourself a favor, Scott. In my opinion, when I am nobody, I don't think you want him dead. You're angry. I do. If it happens, you'll regret wanting him dead, even though you didn't pull a fucking switch. You'll regret your fucking attitude at some later point.
Are you
That's
sure?
my opinion.
No, not at all.
I got
If you knew what he did to my fucking family, you'd have. That's you put me in a room, and that son of a bitch is not breathing. Good chance.
My opinion hasn't changed. I see neither is yours.
I just
the
don't
second
know the whole
question
story.
the second question I asked Scott is if you live to be the spiritual guy that you want to be and the correct guy. I want to be better, and you're that
The
guy. And all
forgiveness
of
is
that.
important. Yeah.
Yes. Do you see that guy still wanting him dead?
I've left it alone and let it be a decision of others. It has been made by others, and
Is
I've
it
said,
that hard to answer the question? I swear, bro.
But Joe, you also got to take into account that this is very personal and touching to him because of how it
All right, my
happened. So
apologies, Scott. You're right.
for him to have to answer something that maybe he hasn't even come to terms inside of himself with, and asking, would you want him dead or not dead? That's really putting a guy in a position that
Well,
had
now
to
you
deal
make
with.
me feel like I did the right thing. Now, fuck
No,
it.
you did the wrong thing. Let me tell you what. Let me save you again, Scott. So, Joe, I believe in integrating the shadow, not repressing shit. So let's say that Scott, I would want them dead, right?
Clearly, yes.
I would want them dead. Now, if that is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Let's just assume it is. Do I make the wrong right by adding a lie to it? You're encouraging him to lie to himself and putting some guilt onto the.
I don't think I'm encouraging him to lie to himself.
Thing is, here, I've had to live with this. I
I'm
know
simply
guys
trying to remind him that now is just one time in his life where, yes, I understand, and you want him dead, but later on, a good guy, and you are a good guy, child of God. You don't want people dead. It's one thing if you came in there and you were protecting your family, but as far as killing a motherfucker 50 years later, no, that's nonsense, man.
So see, you're encouraging him to lie to himself. Indirectly, you're saying you're assigning a wrong
answer. The only
answer.
reason the eye for an eye hasn't worked out is because our court system's a fucking basket case of stupidity. Okay,
eye for an eye is never fucking.
We should have been handed this guy right off the rip. As soon as they found him guilty, as soon as he was indicted, our family should have been able to say, here, let's save you all the trouble. We've got the bullet. We got some land. We'll find a hole.
That's a better argument than the system killed him 50 years later.
Now, the problem with this is they didn't let us spend the 13 cents on a piece of lead. All right, hell, I had a cousin made one for 12 cents. We'd have used an old buckshot fucking shell and refilled it. So I'm not real worried about now because they've already fucking screwed the pooch.
Who was that?
The system.
By not letting you kill him.
By fucking kiting and churning the bonds on both my grandparents and him because it's a commercial system just stealing money from us all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Kiting or stealing a bond. I don't know.
Kiting and churning. It's just like a check. They're taking the bonds that are their birth certificates and keep cashing them over and over and over and over again to pay for his stupidity.
I'm going to smoke more.
Can Scott and Jack and I shut the fuck up, please, for a second? I'm sorry, Scott and Joe and I shut the fuck up because Jack looks like he came down and was trying to say something. Are you trying?
No, I gave up. I'm just chilling out. I appreciate that.
Okay.
I do.
Well,
you doing okay, Jack?
I am. I mean, I respect what Joe is saying, and I also I can imagine Scott's situation, but I cannot say that I understand it. Number one, I don't have all the details, and there's probably a lot of variables involved there. But I think what Joe's getting at is spiritually, forgiveness. Forgiveness brings us freedom. It brings us peace. And
we're only human. I understand these things, man. But I just want us all to remember.
And Joe, they were from Kankakee, so it was news all up in Chicago for a minute. Same week JonBenet Ramsey died. She died on Christmas Eve. They were murdered New Year's Eve down here in Florida, though. But Chicago Tribune.
And as crazy as this may sound, death is the easiest way out.
And no one here gets out alive, to quote Jim Morrison.
I am.
Good girl.
Fuck you all. I'm going
Look, yeah, I'll be over there partying.
My body might not be coming with me, but I'm going.
I want to come with you.
Yes, you don't want this meat sack nowhere. It seems to hold you back from everything. It seems to be a home for evil spirits and anger and all of that nonsense. It seems to take up residence in this flesh bag.
It can, but the other side is true as well. God's presence, the power of truth, the power of love can take up residence within us as well.
Yeah, more and more every day, man. And you cats add to that, right? There's something to be said about hanging around positive cats, There's something to be said about that.
Jack has made things easier for me to center. I'll be honest with you, Jack, watching you and how you've overcome, let's put that right, overcome some of the fucking adversity that's just kind of, it spun you stupid. It spun you sideways. It spun you to, an inauthentic state.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So I think that watching you ground yourself has been a positive effect on me.
I feel like Jack is like really close, man. I hope I know him long enough. He's going to do a breakthrough, and I'm sorry, I don't want to cause trouble, but it's going to be your that bullshit that a lot of people have, where they think when a person does something stupid or makes a faux pas, or for whatever reason, it's okay to yell at them and get angry at them. That shit's never okay. And it kills any soft space for that person to come and communicate with you too. And I feel like he's like right there. That's why I think he's like weeks away from that motherfucker. Jack's cool. I really get mad at Jesse. Ain't nothing he did. But I'm just competitive. And him and that nigga Guru, they got a better energy than me. And them the only niggas I'm going to admit. So, girl, right? I got some growing up to do. To be
Joe,
peaceful.
I think that you need to recalibrate your virtue meter.
Go ahead. Give me more.
He was telling Jack to trust his feelings.
My virtue meter is going in the opposite direction.
And I'm not about them, but the attributes.
Use the force.
Most of them still stuck on the fact that you just think that that somebody should view their own sentiments or views. Look, Scott should want somebody to die, right? Like,
yes. At this moment,
I don't agree with pressuring somebody and saying like, "This is not you at your best self." Well, okay, this is where we're at. So if you have somebody where we're at, and you tell them that's bad where you're at, how's that going to elevate them? That's where they're at. That's not going to elevate them. That's going to drive them back further into the negative shit. So
there'll be enough motherfuckers telling him, kill that nigga, burn him. There's enough niggas doing that. I'm cool with being a dissenting opinion but
you understand that none of it matters. You can't hand somebody reading at a kindergarten level fucking James Joyce's Finnegan's Wake and say, here, read this and understand it. So
I'm okay with if he take 20 years and he get this. I'm okay with that shit.
Hey, Joe, just to give you some 411 on this.
I don't need it.
Well, I was just gonna to tell you why it's hard. This
That
was
don't
2
need to
years
know
later,
that. I
and it was
humans.
compared
I
to
understand. If
OJ
someone
and
killed
Nicole.
mine, I'd be trying to kill him. I've tried to
The
kill
method
niggas
and the
for less.
the method and the madness
Do you see what
describes
you're
a
doing,
lot more
Jeff?
that's deeper.
No, I'm not even listening to him. To be honest. No.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Like the fact that somebody feels the need to attend to something as if it's a flaw.
That's what I need. That's what I need. It is a flaw.
I don't think it's a flaw at all.
It is. It is. He's got to reach and be the better himself. Forgive. That's the fuck I'm supposed to tell him. If I got one job down here, is to tell him forgive.
Okay, but if so
I have forgiven. God, that's weird.
Scott, we're not talking about you really.
Okay, for real.
We're talking around you, sort of.
I'm gonna go get a Pepsi, but I'm gonna listen. Go on.
So what somebody wants, right? Like in this scenario, this is a great example because there's no way to not want vengeance. It's the most normal thing on earth.
Agree.
Just because the pure pinnacle of Jesus-y sainthood is to love that person despite what they did, doesn't mean that somebody should then feel like they need to stack a lie onto the reality.
I don't want him to lie. I'm not asking him to lie. Bro.
You want to be conflicted. You can have multiple feelings at the same time. You can want, God to handle it because it's not your role. You want to have forgiveness because you don't want to have vengeance inside of you. While you can also have that feeling of vengeance.
Right.
You can have two things conflicting at the same time. You can have a war within yourself.
Right. Correct. But to tell somebody how you feel is wrong, which is what Joe did.
Yeah.
It's not going to change the feeling.
Hey Flo, the guy who when I got went to jail, was selling dope, and the guy who ratted on me, I tried to kill him. I got the pistol and I tried to kill him and all of that shit. And I asked the worst niggas I know.
You still got time, probably.
Still got time. I asked, really horrible people, and they told me, don't do it, leave it alone. And you know what? I didn't do it, and I'm happy.
Yeah, and I agree with that because that's an action. You're about to take action that's different. We're talking about.
I was gonna do the same shit you want done. It's gonna happen to that dude. I was gonna literally do the same shit.
Right. Telling somebody don't do something that's gonna greatly be irreversible and greatly impact your life is different than telling them you're wrong now for feeling something that's just a normal course of development.
No, I hope I didn't tell him that because I
understand.
understand
Tell him that,
he's
but you
human.
have to understand what effectively that means to somebody who you're talking to.
I could not know effectively what it means. I get you that.
Don't you think that being able to look at somebody who killed your family and love them and want what's best for them, that's a mark of like a level of enlightenment?
I do. I've seen it done. I think it's a great thing.
That takes a lot of time to get there.
Yeah.
Right. So if somebody's not there, you're not going to get them there. You're only going to, that comment is only going to regress them back into guilt. It's not going to elevate them to saying, "Oh, Jack, you're squirming around." Oh, that's affirmative.
He's agreeing with you.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying. Yeah. Makes sense.
I disagree. In that case, I should have murdered
That's
that
because
nigga,
you're disagreeable.
because I wanted to at that point. As long as I can get away with it, I should murder him because you're just there right now, Joe. That's your progression. Later on, you won't be that guy. But it's okay.
But you're also talking about two different things. So his family got murdered, and you're talking about now murdering him back because of it. Your situation, someone ratted on you. They didn't murder you or your family, and you want to go murder them back. It's not even in the same comparable type of scenario because it's two completely different
access
actions.
to this guy other than fucking over a little wall in the courtroom with a fucking bunch of bailiffs posted up to me. And when you were asking me that, honestly, my first opinion was like offers I've had in the past because I know gangs, bikers, fucking long history of it. You want it taken care of, and I've said no.
Very
so
good.
when you were offering me that, I was going, no.
Very good.
So forgiveness has happened. It's not my fucking judgment anymore. It's done. That was over.
I would disagree with that too, but I feel like Flo think I've been beating up on you a little bit too much.
No, I think that
with
you're
that.
being careless with the effects of your sentiments, or what you're communicating. I don't think you're thinking it all the way through.
Yeah.
And also, if that murder was wrong, how does murder back make it right?
Read my mind.
Well, here's something the thought that came up with the judicial system, as corrupt and as flawed as it is, it does actually serve a purpose, because if we can trust in the system to provide some correction, then we don't have to go and murder or tarnish our own.
Well, I guess it could. It doesn't do it in our lifetime, but yes, even in a society where we were trying to hurt no motherfucker, we got some guy and we can't stop from hurting people or whatever. Yes, if you can put him in a jail somewhere and where he can't hurt anyone, yeah, I think it beats killing him if you don't have to.
The other side is if we don't have faith in it, if we don't have faith in the system, well, then it certainly brings us even more torment and stuff.
I don't think so. If it doesn't deserve to be trusted, then it shouldn't be trusted. I think you need to make an accurate assessment. But Joe, screenshot this. This is
I'm screenshotting it right now.
All right. It's from this book, Power versus Force. I've brought it up here like several times before. Yeah. Great book, recommended immediately. I'm on my 4th copy because I keep giving them away. But basically, this is the scale of human consciousness, and at the bottom you've got lower energies. The lowest energies are shame and guilt. When you tell somebody that how they feel about something is wrong, you're shoving them down into that. Anger is a higher energy than guilt. Everybody feels better off when they're angry than they do when they're shamed.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
And just because you feel that way, Joe, doesn't mean anybody else has to feel that way. We are all different and allowed to feel.
I'm sorry, Joe, but I don't expect him to forgive him now. If that's what any of you guys are thinking, I don't expect that. Humans are humans, blah, blah, blah.
But he did tell you that he already forgave him. He told you that a while back. He said he has actually forgiven him.
Yes, and I told you I thought he had the whole time as well.
Can I be heard, or is anybody saying anything?
Yes, please.
Yes, we were. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The moment that I heard the jury came back with 12-0, you're going to death for my grandmother, and with, I think it was 9-3, you're going to death for my grandfather, that guy was cooked. In my opinion, he was dead. When he turned and looked at me and I mouthed the words, because he could read lips. He was far enough away from me that he had to read my lips. At that point, my family had moved me to the end of the bench opposite the center of the row. Okay? And I looked him right in the eye and I said, pray for yourself, because I had forgiven him. My prayers were answered.
Did you forgive him before you heard that? Did you forgive him at that time? How did you actually feel at the exact moment that sentence came about?
That was the answer to the prayer. That my family had an answer, that this was done. It was over with. And I had to let it go.
Relief?
Relief, I think he's saying.
I think it was a burden lifted.
I think a bit of justice too. I think he's saying.
It was justice. It was a burden lifted. It was, it wasn't the celebration moment. I'll tell you, the celebration moment that came, honestly, there was a celebration moment right after they were murdered, because we were told that my grandfather had killed my grandmother, and that it was a murder-suicide for the first several days.
Wow. Very good.
So it was really fucked up. And then when we found out they caught the murderer, we didn't find that out till we were all up in Chicago, just south in Kankakee, at their home, and a bunch of families started showing up, and all of us were there, and we got a call. They got him. So this ambiguous shit that it was a murder-suicide and that, one up, one down, grandpa's going to hell, it was over with. It was a celebration. I'm going to tell you, it was fucking, we were jumping for joy. Thank God. So.
All right, one more thing. And Jesse reminded that I'd say to motherfuckers, if you're I don't know, a 5-year-old or someone from outer space, and you come here and you ask, this guy, he killed that woman, and the guy tells it's a horrible thing. Oh my God, it's really horrible. And the kid or the alien says, so what do we do now? And you say, we kill him. He think you're a lunatic. He think you're fucking crazy. It's not logical. You're going to do the same evil shit that guy did. And who's it help? Who's it make whole? He can't kill another motherfucker now. He's behind bars in reality.
Do you want to
No,
know
it ain't
the
to make
most?
you guilty. I saw Flo's fucking scale.
That's how it perpetuates. You did this, I'm doing it back. You did this to my, goes back and forth, back and forth. That's what happens with the gangs. That's what happens with the countries and
So
the
having
war.
YouTube
So
panels.
we have
He
to
hit me
do better
first.
than being stooping ourselves down to that same shitty behavior that they did and say we're justified because now it's just retribution. Now we feel better because we did the exact same horrific things that they did too.
Yeah.
Hey,
We put them in the ground.
This was December 31st, 1996, and I'll tell you, I was the very first family member over to the scene, and I had to go through 3 different investigators before I got to the yellow tape and was left alone. And then my parents came about an hour later because we couldn't get a hold of them. They were up in Ocala National Forest camping.
Oh wow!
When I went through these 3 investigators, they were progressively fucking antagonistic. It was, I couldn't believe what I was going through, to be honest with you. And it was angering me. And I think that was by design.
It's interesting. Hey, I'm not familiar with the John Benet, whatever, with that, Ramsey. I know there was a timing related to your story and your
to the day after. Yeah. It was just a week to the day.
I just saw something last night. They're reopening that case and
yes, I saw that as well. I saw that.
I heard
because they fucking pointed at the family and they said nothing else. And that's literally what initially happened in our case. This is They don't want to do investigations. It was not the police that found the guy that did this. It was simply the maintenance man at the trailer park. They decided to take the day off on New Year's fucking day. Or it was the New Year's Day or the day after New Year's. They decided to take their day and use it to search dumpsters and found the evidence that convicted this motherfucker. And the cops sat in their car the whole fucking day just watching them.
See, Scott, this is a tragedy, and it sounds like the way you and
Detective Ann Cash and Alan Cloud, shout out to them fuckers, sat in their car till the evidence came out in the cornflakes box, shaking some car keys. They went, look what we found on the news. Fuck you! You didn't find a goddamn thing. The maintenance men did.
We talking about the John Benet shit?
No, that's my family shit.
Oh shit! I heard the guy with the John Benet shit. There was a similar murder, the same circumstances, a mile away or something. They got that guy, and they think he's the same guy that killed her.
Yeah.
That may be to deflect, because I actually heard there's ties to Spielberg and, Steven Spielberg, that guy, and things like that. So that might be to deflect attention off of, who the perpetrators might actually be.
Keep that in mind.
What Jack was talking about last night, they literally showed a window that was open that looks like the guy tried to get out the window, and a suitcase underneath the window. It looks like he probably tried to put the girl in the suitcase, then couldn't move her, then stuck her somewhere else.
You don't think he used a suitcase to stand up to the window?
No, fuck no. He was trying to put that out the way. The suitcase looked like it was too big to get out the window. And then it looked like they showed a door that the police never opened. Yeah. Like he was going to try and take the evidence away or try and hide it. So maybe the family had some people in, somebody hid down in the basement, did something, was going to try and sneak out this way, then couldn't sneak her up through the fucking house. Went ahead.
You know what was in the suitcase? It was empty?
No, but DNA was inside of it.
Yeah.
Inside the suitcase.
From her, yeah. From John Benet, there was trace elements of DNA, trace DNA.
Sound like someone tried to take her out in the suitcase.
Well, so it's some interesting things, and I'm sorry to interrupt, Scott, but when you said the way the investigation was handled with your family, it sounded similar to what I heard reported regarding the other
narrative. That's the first thing they do.
Is what?
Push their narrative.
Well, okay, but here in the greater picture, I mean, this is life. This
Jack,
is
if they didn't search, okay.
You're cutting them off, Scott.
I'm sorry.
Be kind.
This is our history, and brother, it sounds like there's lessons.
You lost, Jack. You were about to say that it sounds similar to the other case. It looked like you lost your train of thought there, but that's what you was about to talk about.
Between the two of them, what they're showing is patterns that many people have been experiencing as problems and patterns with the police department, with the authorities. Cover-ups and poor handling, poor investigation, closed-minded, just it's unfortunate, but
they're really revenue collectors and generators at this point. Very few serious crimes get solved.
And it might not be as much as closed-minded, Jack, as much as it's actually if they find out who and then they're told to stand down. You're not allowed to pursue those certain people, opposed to, oh, fuck, now what am I supposed to do when my direct order was to leave them alone?
Orders. We know that police follow orders. If they give them an order, they're going to do it.
What about the potential that they're worth money, and if they close the case quicker, they can get to the money quicker? What if it's that simple, that it's just literally about the revenue? They don't care about the truth. They really care, and they don't care about society at large.
It's people act in self-interest, right? So what's the simplest solution? Cops want to close cases, especially high-profile ones.
The bonds are paid, the cases are closed, the families can move on.
Yeah. You're a productive cop if you solve a lot of easy get crime off the street and into the courtroom.
That's it. That's all they want.
It's high productivity
in the courtroom. It helps them. Yeah.
But our system is structured to reward volume, not solve problems.
People are filling up with volume and bad behavior.
Public defenders, right? I think they're like 98, 99% plead out. Public defenders.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
What lawyer would survive like that in real life?
Oh,
but it's good for business, right? Exactly. And that's why perpetuate
volume.
When I was a defendant, I looked it up. The public defender for my case would have been compensated about $379, if I remember, for my whole case. $379.
And that's
state has unlimited funds.
That's probably too, because your shit's a felony. There've been, I think, $150 on a misdemeanor, and the $300 or $350 if it's a felony.
Yeah.
My understanding.
So public defender pays for maybe an hour of lawyer time.
My understanding is that you're wrong, and the bonds that are taken out from GSA actually pay a commission to the judge and the prosecuting attorney, and each of them have to tip off your defense attorney.
We're getting way down into the nitty-gritty of sit delusion.
Yeah, I'd have to see some paperwork, articles, or something. I give a fuck about a nigga opinion.
I hear you. I'm working on trying to figure out all the ins and outs.
He's trying to figure out how to get that $100 million gold bond that all of us have, that savings account that we just need to find. The treasure at the end of the rainbow.
We have a savings account. I think we have literally an initial offering, initial public offering, if you will.
It's at the end of the rainbow. Go find that gold.
Right, it's the pot of gold. It's
good.
At the end of the rainbow.
What's going on, Joe? What's up, Jack, Flo,
Moose,
Sarah, Jesse, Scotty?
You look really good, Moose. I'll say that through the gate.
Good to see you out in the rap phone.
I look good pissed off.
Machine.
Well, I can't see. I'm on a tiny ass cell phone, which looks like $1 million to me right here.
Well, thank you.
Moose, I've been pimping out panelists lately. You should come up next time.
He means that.
You're pissed off, Moose. Why you mad?
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
How's the baby?
Life is good, baby.
How's the baby?
She's good. I just put her down to sleep, so she'll be quiet for a couple hours. And
she like that?
How old is the baby?
She's gonna be 2 next month.
2 months?
2 years.
No, 2 years, man.
Next month. 2 years. All right. Well, she's gonna be sleeping. All right. You know the fuck. I thought you baby that's up every couple hours at night type shit.
Oh, she's up every couple hours.
Still.
Yep.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Kids wake up
life's
at
good.
stupid hours until they're like 8 or 9 or something. Well, Jordan would wake up every fucking morning, super ass early. Dad.
Sorry,
Dad.
Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
I was just making noise. I
heard Fun Guy Flo giving up your pig races and pinata shit in his flow today. That was pretty cool.
Oh man, that was pretty cool. Jack, did you turn into that? Did you tune in to that guy Fun Guy Flo?
I saw. I tuned into Flo's.
He had pig races
a little bit.
No, Moose was at the pig races today, but he put it in the chat, and Fungi Flow included it in his rap.
Did you see me drop in some product placement for Flow State?
Yeah, he used that
I saw
too.
that.
That was awesome.
I saw that. I threw in a couple Jack Talcotts in there.
And then he realized what had happened, and he says like, we probably ought to talk about collaborating as a sponsor.
Yeah. Did you see Snafu put some fucking bullshit in there about his whatever his loops are, and he caught a little bit of them. I think he canceled them out.
When was the last time Snafu put in some not bullshit? When's the last time you're like, hey man, I'm glad you
He
brought me
do
some good
on that. He's just like trying to spread his bullshit to that, which was unfortunate. Well, we're all doing the
Today's
same
about
thing.
accepting people about where they are or correcting them, right? And I would say that Snafu, even though he said a lot of weird shit, he was there for the guy for like 10 hours.
I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
I'll
Very good.
All right, let's transmute that shit. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that guy was on a 50-hour flow or whatever.
Has anybody seen if they've awarded him?
What's up?
I mean, because there'll be an official presentation, and normally don't they do that right then if he broke the record?
I don't know. He had the belt.
Wait, he was trying to break a record?
Yeah, Guinness Book of World Records.
Longest freestyle. He freestyled for 50 hours.
Was anyone there to see when it was over with?
Yeah, I was.
We were.
All right, Guinness would have stipulations like you can't stop.
It was an official attempt.
It was an official attempt. There was a Guinness Book of World Records guy there, and you had 250 minutes in the whole 50 hours, so he could go take a piss, take a shit, go get a drink.
He didn't eat anything the whole time, so he wouldn't have to shit.
Yes, he did. He did. I watched him eat something.
Okay. Then I guess
not collapse.
Yeah, I was at the pig races.
How many hours he go? 50?
50.
Yeah, 50. And I was saying, I announced the winners.
Bullshit. You better run, Rocky, run.
Every time somebody won in the pig race, I'd announce their name or whatever, and he would rap it out and stuff.
Very good. You ain't got no video of that, Moose? I would love to see a
It's live
pig
streamed.
race.
Joe, how much weed would you?
Pig races.
His channel is
I got a video and I just got to put it up. I got to clip it together and I'll upload it. All right, but one last thing for Jack. Jack, I thought that you would really enjoy that, even though it was weird, it was odd. I thought it would inspire you to possibly do something yourself that could possibly get in the Guinness Book of World Records. So I'm thinking up ideas.
Most
How
forgiveness.
does he have to jump from? How high is the highest parachute jump?
We don't know.
You got any ideas? I mean, Jack, what are you going to do to win the Guinness Book of World Record? Moose, you brought it up. Come up with something.
But not no Halo fucking jump. He gonna need an oxygen mask to break that record.
Maybe it would be easier for Jack to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes,
that would be amazing.
If we would get off our ass and help, he could do it.
There you go, Joe. Now you're getting it, brother.
Hey, what's the longest live stream record? How long can I keep you awake, Jack?
It's almost a year or something that somebody kept the live stream going. I already looked it up. There's no way I was going to beat it.
Holy hell.
They weren't awake the whole time. It was a group of people. It must have been.
The thing
it's got to
about
be
this
one
that's
for a week,
amazing is, and I don't think that most people recognize that because they probably haven't stayed up as long as I have. At some point, you lose the capacity. Like you can still be up. It's called ball tongue, and you'll start a sentence, and then your brain will.
You hallucinate.
Well, but your brain will fall asleep like in the middle of the sentence, and you'll just end up speaking gibberish. So the fact that he was even able to get his brain and his body to function that way is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
They
been
were
there
giving
a
him feeding
times.
him espresso.
Thinking I'm somewhere and be saying it out of my mouth, but envisioning something in some hallucination or something, be talking to somebody because I'm so sleepy. And
it's not like I go into it more, and I did a like a watch party live stream towards the end, and then I dumped my audience into his. But I explain it more in depth, the ball tongue sort of phenomenon, and
it's
but
not,
it was an espresso that was keeping him up. He was microdosing.
Go ahead.
It's not a hallucination. It's literally a failure to it gives out. Your brain gives out.
I've
and
been there
linguistically
many
is
times.
the way it starts showing itself. So
I used to love
Yeah.
that feeling, man. I used to
He
do it
took
on
some
purpose.
kratom and he was microdosing on psilocybin, and
The giraffe?
he was drinking watermelon juice, and he
What
was
were the little edible
spraying
cups?
his
What was in
throat
the
with like
edible cup?
eucalyptus and shit. I mean, the dude was gargling salt water in between songs. It
I
was,
heard it was a white dude.
and you know what, Jesse? Maybe this is something for the High Vibe Love Tribe. Maybe we do a dance off or whatever. See how long you can keep that shit going, and see if you can do it and get Guinness Book of World Records dancing or whatever. You know what I mean? On
What was in
live
those
stream.
little cups that he was eating?
His flow shaking his head.
I was High Vibe Love Driving on mine, watching it on my phone. I was like, "Whoa, this guy's going!"
Hey, you got the shake weight, bro. You don't even try to pretend like you
where
don't want to
He's gonna
join
pull
in
out
on
the
it.
shake weight.
You guys got to
What's in the
drop the ego and get with the.
Yeah,
What was
I
in
Flow's
can't
too
rhyme.
cool. I'm too
Moose,
cool.
that's
No
that's
fucking
I
way
have a
I could
shake
do it.
weight. How the fuck am I too cool?
interesting that you say that, Moose. But he would definitely be. It sounds like a good interview to get more, exposure to him and what he did and stuff like that. I think that would be great to bring him on our show.
Let's say I had a son, yo.
Heck yeah! Well,
He's
I've
got
already
a
put the
smile on his
hooks
face.
in
I'm
him.
interested
I,
as fuck. What's going
I
on,
already
son?
messaged him on all of his platforms, and I said,
Yep.
"Yo, this is the producer Moose or whatever." I said I was just showing you some love in your live stream. I hope I know you're gonna make it. I know you're gonna make it like hours before you made it, and so I'm gonna send him a message say, "Hey, you got to go on the Missing Link live, get some more promotion."
Very good. Son, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hi.
Son, who you got there with you, man?
I have Captain and his wife.
Captain, you big old pimp. Who
Hi
else?
guys. And then I
How you
have Barbara,
doing?
his
Hey,
wife.
no, Barbara.
And then
the Admiral.
and we have
Bust out
Terry.
the shake weight,
Yeah,
homie.
where's the Admiral? Yeah.
And well, she's the Admiral, yeah.
Barbara's the Admiral? Okay.
Yeah. And I have Terry on the phone.
Terry, what's good?
Got the whole squad.
Appreciate you, son. Oh, fuck, son. Go ahead.
I had
Oh, you're breaking up, Sean.
I'm going to take off. Thank you, everybody. I'm here, at Angeline's now, and I was just in the car for the last half an hour, so I'm going to go in, which we'll call it unpack. But thanks for the great conversation, keeping me company for this ride. Thanks, Jack, for facilitating this. This was truly good fellowship on a wonderful Sunday. So live without fear. Love you all. May the source be with you.
Much love, Jesse. And Joe, you stay quiet for a second.
I'm holding my Angeline joke. I swear I got one. I'm shut the fuck up.
Thanks, Moose.
Say hi to your girl for all of us.
I will. Bye, everyone.
If Scotty doesn't show up tomorrow, you know what happened to him.
I think you better forget it.
Easy now.
Mic check.
Captain Morgan.
We hear you, Sean.
Yes,
All right,
please continue, Sean. Thank you.
If you could pray for Terry.
Yeah.
He's in the hospital.
Can I ask why? And I don't like hearing people's personal stuff.
All right. He has COVID.
Oh.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Just pray.
Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to.
We're sharing prayers for health.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, I got a girl.
Joe, have some self-control.
You want to take some questions? The crowd seems. I guess I didn't really think about this.
We're just trying not to be
apologize.
rude and over talk you because between me and Joe Cool and Scott, we got like the three loudest fucking. And Paul's the only one that's missing. We're like the loudest noisemakers, over talkers in the panelverse.
Doesn't go well often.
You guys are doing great.
I
But
will
compared to
absolutely pray for Jerry.
Terry.
That was a joke.
You know what's funny? I kind of miss that loud motherfucker.
He's a comedian. Do you guys know Louis Anderson?
The comedian, not personally, but yeah.
He's passed, right?
Passed away, yeah.
So I need to pray for Larry Anderson. Larry Anderson, right? I pray for Larry Anderson. That's what I'm praying for. Hold on.
Yeah.
You died 2 years ago.
You're roboting. The connection
Okay.
is.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
We'll pray for you, man.
All right,
Good.
Terry, I got you. I'm gonna mute
Get
up
better
now
soon,
and pray
brother.
for you, Terry.
Yep.
Okay, they're praying.
Thank you, Shawn.
Was he talking
Joe,
about a
cool.
different
If you mute yourself up after the fact, it's just symbolic. We see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Try to pray. Shut the fuck
up. Hey, I've got Snafu in the back spamming a.
Should stay.
Why would you entertain somebody who's proven a perfect liar?
Just absolutely is going to strike you at every opportunity.
No, he's not going to strike this one. This is a part of the rap right here.
Yeah, I think this is part of the rap he's trying to share.
It's the parts where he put in scumbag shit about Cynthia.
Here, it's 1 minute. I want to see what.
Okay, I wonder which minute he chose.
Yeah.
I wonder which minute.
It's written. No spitting. Your tongue still attached. Mine breaks some new traditions. Yo, it's working. Brian loves his urine. That's for certain. My stomach's hurting. Fuck. Around here, they trying to see I'm a subscriber. Passion with the flow and I can matter. So with all of these verses, yeah, I'm preaching to the choir. That's how it goes. Granny panties on the low. I'm so itchy on my head. I feel like I'm such a weirdo.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
So, if you know somebody's here to talk shit, why do you help them talk shit?
I don't know.
You don't.
I don't
know.
Is it
You
talking
do
shit?
know.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute.
That sounds like having fun so far. It was Brian
Right.
O'Shea drinking on his piss.
Yeah,
Blah
it was
blah
funny.
blah blah. Moose can't do this.
Well, and I also saw comments that Jack got a shout out in this. So why do you paint the picture that I'm just enabling Snafu's chaos?
Well, you do enable
Okay, but
everybody's chaos.
why do you view this as
Because
that?
you already know. You've already been told that he was down there talking shit about
I
Cynthia.
know.
Right. So you know that Snafu, you know what he does, right? This is the only thing he does is spread
Yeah.
shit and smears.
Okay. So what is your
So
point?
So you think that he's not spreading shit and smears now?
No, I'll tell you what. You're right. Let's just shut it down.
Okay.
Everyone wants to smear shit, and nobody wants to.
No, I mean, you're not responsible for your
everybody
actions.
else. You know,
You didn't
no.
know.
Flo,
How could you
hey,
know?
Hey, Flo, what are you doing?
He's trying to be
I
honest.
think he's
I mean,
being genuine. I think
Being
you
childish and immature, and you know, you can continue that all the
Hi,
time.
Sarah.
Let me ask
No,
him. I hear him right. Are you saying Snafu is down, and if he comes up the floor, are you saying he's going to disrupt? It's going to be the loop, or y'all talking about something else?
Here's the thing. Snafu doesn't have a channel of his own. He can't keep a channel. He doesn't engage an audience. What he does is he uses other people's platforms to send his stalking message.
We gotta assume Jack knows that. So where you going with
Right.
that?
Jack does know that, and that's why I'm calling out Jack because
Okay,
he's
so-
the
He's a
one doing it.
facilitator.
Okay,
You're
all right.
the one.
Tell you what. Thank you.
You can
You
kick me if
presented
you
your
want.
narrative of me.
Well, just
Presented your narrative of me.
rebut it. Come on, Jack. Don't get upset. Just rebut
Yes,
it.
that's
Shut
his
the fuck
opinion.
up.
He's entitled. Yeah.
Did you not think that was funny though? The thing
I
about
did.
Brian, I thought that was pretty
actually,
funny.
yeah, I was actually kind of enjoying this. So, Flo, take your fucking shitty attitude and you can continue. I'll continue without it. You know, I was trying to make the most out of the looping interruption, out of the looping idiocy that I get here every day. Now, rather than trying to find any good in what I'm doing, Flo, does anyone else have any interest in seeing this?
I want to say it.
Since we've been talking about it for quite a while, and since Flo actually showed it for quite a while on his stream, I mean, what is the big deal with me sharing this small clip?
Oh, that's what it was, sharing a clip. Okay, I didn't know what he was angry about. All right.
I mean, we were sharing 1 minute of video. Flo wants to jump in here and paint some fucking narrative that I'm
every time I zoom in,
boosting up Snafu's chaos.
Well,
how disrespectful and dishonorable, Flo.
Snafu was going hard on Cynthia, Jack. He was going pretty hard. That the guy singing actually was like, "What do you got against Cynthia or whatever?" And then he just kept moving on. So
he may be trying to protect her from that.
Okay, so thank you.
He
Moose.
probably didn't want her feelings, but
yeah,
I don't know. It was more something anti-snafu.
I don't know.
I don't know. You
We
guys
don't know what's in this Jack in the Box that fucking Snafu's laid on you.
Either way, man, it's your decision,
yet,
Jack.
so
I want
I
to
don't
hear
know
the
what's in
fucking
it.
rap. I didn't hear the fucking 8 hours of rap. That was all I saw. So if you're gonna play it, I'm interested.
Well, tell you what. No, I mean it's already been painted that this is what I'm doing. I'm just, I'm turning my back on Cynthia by doing this because Snafu's obviously trying to get Cynthia, and so if I dare play this, then Flo wants to paint the fucking pair.
Hey, I want to have your back real quick, Jack. People.
You just snapped out.
I don't know what you're saying, Moose.
Is there any way you can preview it at all for a minute? We'll talk amongst us.
I'll watch
you
myself, and matter of fact, it's in the chat. Everyone who's interested, go look. Otherwise, don't look. I don't give a shit.
Moving right along.
There was some lines about me taking it in the caboose too. I just laughed, man. It was a big game.
Moose in the caboose. That's original.
It was a big game, Jack. Everybody was having fun. I don't think there was any harm done.
Well, no, the harm is in me cooperating with Snafu. How dare I do that on my stream in front of Flow State? Holy shit. Why am I not like him and just shoving Snafu away?
Because you're accepting Snafu where he's at, right, Jack? You're trying to accept people where they're at.
I was trying to have fun and trying to make the most out of what I saw. And obviously, I tend to disappoint a lot of people. So I don't mean to disappoint Flow State on my stream by behaving like me, but I guess I do. I am ready to wrap it up.
You're on to something though, Jack.
I just wanted to say, I've had a lot of great experiences with a lot of people out here, not to cupcake, but in this particular situation, I think I support you 100%, Jack. I was, Flo clipped a minute from my broadcast once about what someone else said and ran with it. I think he's being hypocritical. I think that you have every right to be impatient. People out here are always clipping bits and using them for entertainment or to teach lessons. So I just wanted to hop up and share that, that energy, like, I don't know, there's a lot of people out here want to give advice and not take it. And for some reason they think they can give it to someone else that they would never take it from, so I just want to commend you for your patience and also support you in your loss of patience. Righteous impatience is fine, so end rant. You do you, Jack, right? 100%. Do what you want to do. This is your broadcast.
Can we finish the 1 minute clip though? I mean, it can't be that fucking bad.
Yeah, you want to zoom out of it? I don't know.
Tell you what, yes, please, because I did start out with that intention. And I did hear it. It was just insulting of whatever. It's insulting. So be warned. There's insults.
Okay. All right.
Apparently.
Cynthia, so good to go. Joe, why you always cutting up about Cynthia getting jabbed and hit the jab? No, for you that. Peace, power, what time be allowed. And it's stuff. That's the world back. About to go real back. Granny, butt cards. The piece of the movie, Okay, so what part of that was gonna make somebody like feel bad or cry? Like I'm missing the whole fucking point here.
Yeah, it wasn't so heavy to me.
Kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, it kind of was a fucking. It was kind of a shitter right there. I thought we were gonna hear some gold or whatever, and then it was just like a turd in the toilet.
Yeah, and it's a white dude. No way he broke the record anyway. So
now flush it.
I can see why Snafu was excited, though, because he got someone to say some of his looping words. And
yeah, it wasn't so heavy. It's not the
no,
worst of it.
no, I don't know. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you for all who suffer through my frustrations and my irritability sometimes, my profanities.
Very good, Jack.
We have our own.
Well,
right, we got our own fucking issues to worry about.
Hey, I do feel like wrapping it up.
All right, let's do it. I love you guys.
I'd kick Joe Cool out of here if I were you too.
Thank you, Joe. Blessings.
Hey, thanks for having another stream, Jack. I really appreciate you being here, sharing your time, your energy, and attention. Trying to give the Misfit Toys a place to hang out. And I'll just leave you with that. Peace, brother. And hopefully we'll talk soon.
Blessings, Moose. Thank you, brother.
Jack, good stream. Enjoyed being around. Thanks for having me and some of my story. Glad some of the people talked about it and where it went. I guess we'll find out. Peace, brother.
Thank you,
Thanks
Scott.
for entertaining it.
Blessings to you, brother. Thank you. Bex?
Thanks for welcoming me. Thank you for welcoming me back up. I caught myself snitching, just like I was calling someone a snitch earlier. We're all mirrors of each other in some way, shape, or form, and I appreciate the opportunity to learn with you guys all. Thanks very much. I'll see you again sometime soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, sister. Blessings to you. Snafu, you're in the back. You're not coming up. Okay. My kindness and patience, my suffering of a friendship with you, Snafu. It's, because I've allowed myself to be associated with people like you, Snafu, and Paul, and others, because I'm not so quick to build up these walls and shove people away. For some reason, I get judged for that. But you know what? I don't want to complain. I don't like complaining. I've chosen to try and overcome my complaints because guess what I realized, brothers and sisters, what is true? Our complaints don't matter. Really doesn't matter what we like, what we don't like. What really matters is what we think, what we say, and what we do. And as long as what we think, say, and do is truthful and authentic, if we are being truthful and authentic, then what we are really being is loving and kind and generous. Because I think that is the authentic way we are designed. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I don't want to keep going on and on just because I can. I want to sincerely thank and appreciate all who joined the stream today, all those who were so generous. Sincerely, we had a wave of contributions today, and sincerely, thank you for those who shared with finances, encouragement, attention, and support. We had some wonderful conversations here regarding relationships, some past disagreements, some past conflicts, not only between myself and a few others, but other people on the panel. We had some interesting adult dynamics coming forth. But what I do trust, and we talked about it earlier today, brothers and sisters, is we are all children. We are all children of the Most High, and the Most High is the living truth. The living truth is who we are. Who we are is the living truth and the divine expression. What was it I said earlier? There was something. The human potential is evidence of God's miracle, right? God's miracle is the human potential, and the human potential is you. It is me. So there was something I wrote down here regarding conversations we had. And you know what? Maybe I'll just dig into this tomorrow. The topic, the point is how the entire system of today, it works on quantity, not necessarily quality. But there is a quality of life that is beyond just the quantity, just beyond the volume. There is an essence and a perfection and a real, there's a true divine essence and quality to every moment that we experience. And every moment in the stillness of being, in the silence of being, of knowing, in the silence and the stillness, we can hear that small voice whispering within us, guiding our heart to the good. And the good is what we're here for. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to wrap it up here. Well, sincerely with this, man, I'm going to wrap it up from there. Thank you. Till next time. Where is my videos? Till next time, brothers and sisters, please join us again in the future where we will discuss more of what is whole, what is holy, what is complete. It is you. It is me. This day, this stream is whole, holy, and complete. We're done. Thank you sincerely. Choose love. Peace for everyone and live without fear. God bless us all.